beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 1238, and we're back again. We got Billy the Fridge. We got Ghastly. It's going to be an amazing.
That entrance is huge.
Yes, woo! Pyro and ballyhoo.
Oh, exactly, dude. It made me want to smoke a bowl about it, just watching all of that.
Can you smoke like a ghost bowl?
Well, I mean, I can, but like, man, I still like the regular flower. You know what I mean?
I see.
The goods is still the goods. It's all about phase control. I keep it in when I want to keep it in. You know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah, THC can transfer through the phases.
Is it the ectoplasm?
Right. It's all the ritual, man. It's the rolling and the lighting and the chiefing it up to get it going. Oh, the ritual still stands strong. What can I say?
Same
old
reason we burn
die
sage.
hard. Yeah, old habits die hard. I still flip a Lucky in my pack of cigarettes. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why am I still doing that?
Why
man?
do you need luck?
I don't know. I will tell you this. Like, I've been doing that shit since I was alive and a child when I first started.
True.
But,
me too.
I still do it. And I was sitting at a bar with a buddy of mine, and I open a pack of cigarettes, and I go to flip the Lucky, and I drop it as I'm pulling it out.
That's
right?
not
so it falls
lucky.
on the ground. I throw it away. And then I didn't flip another one, and he just happened to notice. He goes, "You're not going to flip another one?" I said, "No." Worst fucking week of my afterlife after that, dude. Oh, my God, it was unbelievable bad luck. I'm talking like shit breaking in my house, legal problems, mortgage problems, like tech problems, dude, it was ridiculous that following week.
Do you always smoke the Lucky last?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I smoke it last, and I also find placement to be important. A lot of people do one of the corners. I do front row center.
Yeah, I would normally do front row center too. I smoked probably from the ages of 15 until like 37, and the ritual. You get it, you pack it down, you know, and then you flip the Lucky. Yeah, it's
right. I just have been doing it so fucking long, you know. Like I say, old habits die hard, man.
I never smoked, but whenever I'd buy a bag of cheeseburgers at McDonald's, I'd make sure I ordered the one chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
I'd order
that
one
was your
chicken
Lucky?
sandwich to cut it. I'd order 4 McDoubles and 1 McChicken. That was the McChicken was my Lucky, basically.
And did you eat the chicken last?
I'd pace it. I would go 2, 1, 2.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, really quick, gonna ask everyone to please like the stream if you haven't already. A few quick announcements. This month we have a new sticker for everyone at the $33.33 level. It's the classic smoke pan every day, which was our best selling t-shirt back in the day.
Hey.
Now available as a sticker if you sign up at the $33.33 Patreon perk or above, any of the above ones also. You get all the below perks plus this, and if you want it signed, I'll also sign it. I'll be contacting everyone before I send these out next month, and I'll give you the option if you want it like autographed or if you just want it plain. We could do either or. So sign up any time between now and the end of this month to get this sent to you. And those of you who were part of this tier last month, I'll be sending out the stickers that we were offering last month coming up here. You remember the one where I'm riding on Billy's shoulder. So check that out. Not only are we doing Actual Mania later this month, but also this month there will be a rematch.
Ooh.
A rematch. Hopefully.
A wheel-based drinking game?
Yes.
Oh, I
Spin
feel like
till
I'm
you
missing
spew.
out.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's trivia wheel-based drinking, and the more you drink, the more your IQ goes down, so the less trivia you remember the answers to. Yeah. It takes a special kind of human to make this happen.
And you're the man for the job.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all we've got going on. Please like the stream, and we're going to get into the antagonism segment right now.
I got to tell you, dude, last time I was here, y'all showed me some fucking wild shit. I don't know.
What was it?
If that just, okay, let me see what I can remember. There was one where a cat was like, I don't know, was he drinking Drano or fucking breathing in computer duster or something? And he's just in a van yelling at motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The part I
Spectre.
remember is the lifting me up like a garage door. That shit stuck with me when I was asleep that night, man. That was fucked up.
He haunted your dreams.
Yeah, man. I guess I got what was coming to me.
He's
I got
known
haunted.
as Spectre. That's his name, Spectre.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yep.
Wait a minute. Now, see, I had forgotten that part. I had
Yep.
blocked this out of my mind, and now come to find out this man's doing translucent white face on top of everything.
He is.
Unbelievable.
You must have flipped the lucky wrong that day.
That's right, man. And we watched something where, like, maybe a kid was cooking a chicken with Gatorade. Or
That was
something.
King Cobra.
What the
Sounds like
that?
Cobes.
Yeah.
Some
That's most
skinny
definitely
kid with
what's up.
glasses. He's got like blue Gatorade and he's frying a chicken with it. Fuck, I can't remember what the hell that was now.
Boglum Chronicles probably has that logged on the site somewhere. Is there
I'm
a
sure.
was it Gatorade or was it Mountain Dew?
It was probably Mountain Dew.
chicken, probably, right?
Maybe it was Mountain Dew. I don't remember.
Yeah, he loves to use
It was
Mountain
something
Dew.
you're not supposed to cook a chicken in. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's no
People make
rules.
beer can chicken. They make root beer barbecue chicken. It gets interesting, but Mountain Dew is special.
Doritos.
You got to draw the fucking line somewhere, though, my man.
Doritos encrusted. He likes that. He encrusts meats with Dorito dust. Basically.
Well, I mean, Taco Bell's making millions with them stupid Dorito shells, right? Like that's not completely insane, I guess.
he tried to
yeah.
he tried to make his own version of the Double Down.
Was that the one where they put the chicken on the outside or something?
Yes, it was
Also, a subsidiary of the same company that owns Taco Bell, that owns Doritos, that owns Mountain Dew.
Pepsi.
What is up? Do you think that's why everybody wants to mix this stuff into their food? Because Pepsi started it with their Taco Bell food hack?
It's
Putting the
entirely
Dorito on the-
possible. It's because Taco Bell's owned by the Yum Corporation. They also own Pizza Hut, Long John Silver's, A&W, and what's the fifth one? I can't remember. That's why you see those fast food
Combination
places in,
Taco
the
Bell,
combo.
Pizza Hut.
Right, and they have an exclusive deal with Pepsi, which is the same company as Frito-Lay. That's why all those places have Pepsi, not Coke. And, of course, they would have Doritos made by Frito-Lay. It's all, like, vertical integration shit, man, you know?
It's the Illuminati.
It's almost a brilliant marketing scheme, except the food's terrible. If they could have
Long John Silver's
right.
is the worst seafood ever.
It's not good.
It's
It's
that
terrible.
Yum slop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get that Yum slop.
Yeah. We're gonna move into antagonism. Here we go.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. DP, are they going to touch me?
I like how we have two King Cobra clip channels in our chat at the same time. There's Boglum Chronicles.
I didn't know I was interrupting your graphics, man. Damn. Sorry, man.
No. Boglum Chronicles, Boglum Reacts. They're both here. It's amazing.
Yeah. We're kind of like a Boglum feeding hole sometimes. We attract the Boglums and the Boglum hunters.
Yeah, we just need bite size in here too. Then we'll have the trifecta, all three of them in here. All right, so we're gonna watch this shit. I didn't know too much about this until it started. There's this guy. His name is Heel versus Babyface. I've seen him on Twitter a lot.
Well, I like the name.
Yeah. It's like a wrestling related name. It's kind of cool. Well, he's one of those guys that like he's a media critic, but it always goes back to the culture war. Like this shit sucks because there's like transgenders in it or whatever.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think that kind of stuff can be done performatively where like corporations use that to earn the favor of people when they don't when they don't necessarily care that much about it. It's a way to make money. But
I would say that's absolutely the case. Why do you think corporations put the rainbow logo up in June? They don't care about issues. They're trying to get them dollars.
Yeah.
Son,
I don't even think they're doing it to virtue signal as much as they're doing it because they know it will piss off half of the people and get them talking about their product with the other half getting angry that the other side's pissed off. This is 100%. It's the new advertising meta is to get people talking about it through the antagonism, through splitting them up and having them fight over core issues. We saw it blow up when they did the Bic commercial, when it was like, it's time for women to have an equal opportunity shave. And all the guys are like, we're not going to shave it because you're going to be focused to women. And it blew up. And ever since then, it's been ramped into this us versus them free marketing on the internet because they know negativity spreads further than positivity. So they can't just be positive and funny and cute. They have to bank on people being absolutely fucking evil.
Yeah, well, it's because now you've passed on that ability to look cool to try to allow your audience to be that guy. Instead of you being the one that was smart and interesting and on top of it in your marketing, you set them up so that they're allowed to feel that way. Because, I mean, no matter how stupid your opinion is, you can always find 50 idiots on Twitter to agree with you. You know?
It's true.
Yeah,
there's plenty of them out there, man.
Yeah.
There's more than 50 idiots on Twitter. I know that.
So here, before
I'm here, so 49.
Before we get into the full video of him raging out, there's a quick. So when the Hogwarts Legacy thing happened, heel versus babyface had a completely contradictory view of the way he views Starfield, which is the video game he's freaking out about now.
Oh, is this the guy that was in the fucking thumbnail? God damn it, why these motherfuckers got to look like me? God damn, can't get away from it.
So yeah, because
this guy's officially as close to death as you can get without dying, is what you're saying?
There were people on the left that were against Hogwarts Legacy, and now there are people on the right criticizing Starfield because they make you pick a pronoun at the beginning of it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves to talk about freedom till they see somebody do something they don't like.
Exactly.
And then it's right to legislation.
Oh, my God.
This, what I guess is more like a boycott scenario. Okay, fine. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. But there's no righteousness or virtue in just buying a thing or not buying a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I used to work at a call center, and I would get people that were mad that they had to press 1 for English. Like, they wanted English to just go in by default, and if you needed another language to press a different button. People would complain.
I mean, that's not completely insane, but how do you tell, like, how and
just
where
press
do you
1.
Tell them that?
Is it so hard to press 1?
No, I agree. At least it's number 1.
Yeah.
But honestly, my only concern with not saying that is in those menus, it'll be like, for English, press 1. Para español, marque 2. You know, so they have to say it in that language. So if you never go to that sub menu part of the automation, I don't know, people that don't speak English, what are they listening for? What are they waiting for to push the button, to know what button to push or whatever?
I don't know.
You kind of need a sub menu so that people have the opportunity to say so.
Well, I don't know,
maybe,
but
you know?
You said that a little too well. You're starting to make me believe you might not be American.
South Texas, bro. I mean,
Gulf City.
Yeah. All right, so here's the like super cut of the hypocrisy right here.
I will not be berated, bullied, intimidated into not playing a game because you think it attacks you or goes against your ideology. Boo fucking who? Man up.
Shit, I didn't. Okay, pause game on point.
Yes.
First of all, I hadn't seen that first part before. I only saw this shit on Twitter this week, because I was trying to decide whether or not to buy Starfield. And I got to tell you, hate marketing kind of worked on me.
Yeah.
I saw 4 consecutive Kotaku articles that said it was terrible. And I was like, well, Kotaku, it's video games, and I love Fallout, so
I like sci-fi shit a lot, and I'm kind of looking at it too, like,
It's Fallout in space.
Yeah.
It's Fallout in space, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so this is the wild thing. Everybody got angry at the Harry Potter game because J.K. Rowling is not a pro-trans person. She's TERF. Okay. That's what they got mad at J.K. Rowling, right?
I gotcha. Right.
And now they're mad at the Starfield game because in the beginning you have to pick your pronouns for like 2 seconds in the game.
Yeah, I got the game. Right. I played it on stream a little bit this week. And I made Ellen Ripley, right, to be my character in there.
Yeah.
Man, I love Alien, you know.
Me too.
And you start with kind of a jumpsuit thing already, you know. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make it Ripley. Dude, the shit was on the screen for 2 seconds because you pick what you look like before you name it. It was already a female body. Oh, that was what I thought it was at first. When you pick the body type,
like
instead of saying male, female, it says 1 and 2. So I don't know if that's what they're mad about. But like after you do all that, you type in the name. So the thing where it said she, her, which it did automatically, I didn't pick anything. That was on screen for however long it takes me to type the words Ellen Ripley. That was it.
See,
beyond that, it's never brought it up. None of the like conversations with NPCs have they been like, let me ask you your pronouns, Captain Ripley. You know, like that.
The fact that they're getting so angry over this surprises me.
They're not really angry.
Baldur's Gate 3,
you could just not buy it. You could just not
Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and what I heard was that women have bigger penises in Baldur's Gate 3 than the guys do. And that's something to get way more angry about. Like, that's not fair.
But we are at that point. Like I finally played Cyberpunk last year, you know, because they fixed it up enough. And you pick your cock size right at the beginning of the fucking game, man. Like,
yeah, I remember that.
But honestly, who gives a shit? But it's not worth getting worked up over, man.
If the game is
Ellen Ripley has been through a lot worse than pronouns, my friend.
Xenomorphs.
And I will build the Sulaco and go back to 426 and handle this shit the right way.
Fucking pronouns! Boo fucking who?
Oh, damn.
Man up! Fucking gender ambiguity! You think it attacks you or goes against your ideology, and you just can't help! Shovel! You're dog shit! You think it attacks you or...
Yeah, it's right here is when he's talking about how he's going to play Hogwarts Legacy. Don't bully me. Like, just man up about it. And then the other one, he's bitching about Starfield.
Goes against your ideology. Fucking crap! Ideology into everything! You think it attacks you or goes against your
ideology. Throat too hard, man. He's gonna hurt himself with that shit. You gotta bring it from lower so that it's not, you know, it's not hurting you, man.
Ideology goes against your ideology.
But to be fair, the game itself, the Hogwarts game, didn't go against anybody's ideology. It was the creator of the franchise who made people not want to play.
Who had such a
kids and wizards and shit, right?
Yeah.
She had such a small stake in that game too. Like hardly anything. It was the developers.
I assume she just sat back and collected a check. She wouldn't do shit for a fucking game. Why would she? I wouldn't.
So to be fair to this guy, that 2 seconds of the screen time where you have to choose your pronouns was more game development that had ideology behind it than the actual game development from Hogwarts.
She has almost nothing to do.
It has increased.
2 seconds.
She has almost nothing.
Man, 0 to 2. That's a big gap.
She has almost nothing to do with modern Harry Potter. Like when they had the reunion where they got like all the living actors together, they didn't invite her, and when they showed footage of her talking, they showed the date it was recorded to show that it was before she basically got canceled essentially, and she sold the licensing to Warner Brothers, and they just do whatever they do with it, and she gets residuals. But I mean, I didn't get that at all. I thought it was weird. People were trying to bully people into not playing the game, and there was like a weird list of streamers who were streaming it and that kind of stuff. But I'm consistent, unlike this guy, where I think chill the fuck out if you don't like
and I agree. Consistency is key. People love to throw their opinion away as soon as it no longer suits their fucking interest, man. Like this shit this week with the fucking De Beer after the pretty kid was on there, right? Okay, so all these guys got mad and they're like, I don't want politics on my beer, so they quit drinking Bud Light. And these motherfuckers are celebrating a victory on Twitter. and blah, 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 because the skinny kid was on the beer can. And then, all of a sudden, this next week, some guy comes out with, like, it's called something real stupid, too, like Bud
Ultra right?
Yeah, something. It was some conservative dad is fed up with politics, so he just crams a bunch of politics in beer. Then I looked it up. It's weaker per volume than Bud Light is.
And it's like $20 for a 6-pack.
Man, Dylan Mulvaney's drinking stronger beer than you, sir.
Right?
You may need to take a look real quick.
Right. I think you gotta, if you want to drink a beer, you better pick whatever beer you have and then have a chugging contest.
Did you see this? How on August 18th at a bar, someone spotted Kid Rock with a Bud Light.
Did he make a big deal about it when all that happened?
Yeah, that's how I found out about it.
He shot a bunch with a shotgun. He shot.
No, kidding me?
Yeah,
right?
he took it out with a shotgun in his backyard. Yeah, and just opened up rounds on him.
But see,
and then he
look
gets
at all
caught
this
drinking
free
one.
marketing, right? It's that.
Exactly.
So many people saw that. It didn't cost them a fucking dime. They just pissed a bunch of people off. That put the name out there. You know, you just got to start a beef with somebody who's easily tipped over. Like, how can I start a beef with Kenneth Copeland? I would love to be entangled with fucking televangelists who talk about me being the devil's work. That would be hilarious.
That video of Kid Rock was totally a work too. There was another guy off camera also shooting at the cases of Bud Light
to make sure he didn't miss.
He had blanks. Yeah,
he probably didn't have blanks. He just had a second guy that was going to make sure it looked cool.
They were special rounds that made these big like fireballs.
Like incendiary rounds or something?
They're dragon's breath.
Okay.
I'll get the video so we can
your
see
ideology. We can't see past our own fucking reflection.
Agreed.
That's so non sequitur to put that clip there. Where did he come from with that clip? Or is that you, Ben? Are you switching over?
No.
That's Maddox.
This angry motherfucker put that clip in there. That makes no sense. All right, I'm sorry.
This was Maddox. You know, Ben, earlier you said that they didn't invite J.K. Rowling.
Sorry, that was my bad. Go ahead.
You said they didn't invite J.K. Rowling to the reunion of the living Harry Potter.
Yeah, I watched
actors. I heard they invited her to a reunion with all the dead ones, though.
Like in hell.
Yeah, they were like,
honestly,
don't mind if you do.
I could. People might honestly think J.K. Rowling's just an old lady who has like antiquated views on things, and
I agree. I don't think it matters one way or the other what she thinks about what she wrote the books. If you like the books, just read them. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm just glad she's a billionaire and she's not out there, you know, that I know of, killing and eating poor people.
Well, I mean, that you know of. That's the
that I know of.
I'm just saying, at some level, you got to be able to separate. Like, I still like Rage Against the Machine. I grew up with that shit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. Yeah, the guys that they are getting worse over time, but that's fine. I don't care. Like, I still like Evil Empire. That's not going to change.
After growing up with 90s hip-hop, I've learned to separate the rap from the rapist.
Oh, indeed. Oh, indeed, sir, man. Like, I still like Ice Cube. You know? It's cool.
Here's the video. Keep an eye on the right side of the screen when he's shooting, because you can see shots coming from his right.
I see.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible.
He looks like if a truck driver dressed up to go to the optometrist to get that fucking wonk guy.
See the round?
Oh, you can clearly see there's two weapons. Yeah, let's see it again, Zapruder style. That went back and to the left. There was the second shooter, Ben.
As clear and concise as possible.
Yeah, and it looks like fireballs shooting.
Right, and look at this. The cases go back to the left. Back to the left.
Bud Light.
Oh, Jesus.
There was a second shooter on the trashy knoll.
I mean, if you don't want to buy it because they put the kid on there, then just don't fucking buy it. Look, here's what I'm saying. If you regularly drink Bud Light, you clearly don't give a fuck what your beer tastes like.
Exactly.
Just drink something else, dude. Just drink something else.
And they only put Dylan Mulvaney on the beer that they sent directly to Dylan Mulvaney. It wasn't like I could have walked to the convenience store and bought a Dylan.
I thought it was on all the cans.
No,
that's the picture I saw on Twitter. See, I read the headline, had no idea.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
But I'm an average American.
I like to see how this is backfiring on corporate America. Like they didn't realize how much a big part of America hated trans people. we didn't realize so many people hate trans people. Holy shit!
I wonder what. Ooh, excuse me. I hit it too hard right there. I wonder how many people. It's not even really about trans people. It's just that fucking kid's face. He has a very annoying, like if that were still a grown man or whatever, that dude has a very punchable face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He looks really annoying.
Here's the
give a fuck who they put in their commercials. I'm not drinking it.
Yeah, basically they were finding influencers to promote their beer and sending them like one can with their face on it, and that was it.
I think it was a 6-pack.
Was it all something like that? Here's the full video that I wanted us to react to. This is the full video of heel versus babyface freaking out about pronouns in Starfield.
I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say
this guy had me
something.
with the name, but I don't fucking get it now, man. Is there any wrestling on this wrestling show?
I don't know.
He's just out here to bitch.
He probably talks wrestling on something, but honestly,
he's got Gundams.
That name does not get me. Anybody who uses insider terms and is just a bald-headed chair dancer fucking bothers me. Goofball fucking Mark.
Pause game on point, Ben.
Thank you.
There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off. Fuck that.
Oh, that means he's serious.
Oh, that's it. That's it. He took the straps down.
It's like when Chris Chan took his glasses off. This is serious, guys.
Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to sit down, comfy chair, turn on my PC, fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself, think, oh my God, just think of this world, just think of all the planets I can visit, all the immersive things that I can get.
And you can still do that, right? The pronouns don't stop that, right?
But for 2 seconds, they ask me if I'm a boy, girl, or other. And that sends me into a deep rage because I'm a small, peen-eyed little male.
That's it. We don't need to watch the rest of the video, right?
With all the fights, all the relationships, all the people I meet, all the places I go. I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than... With all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us.
To me, this is performative.
That was too British. I didn't know what the hell he said at the end there.
This is performative outrage. He doesn't really believe this. He knows that there's a lot of people who do, though, like average viewers, and he's on the same grift. This is a genre of content now. There's neurotic.
Oh yeah, every extreme corner of politics has its like pretenders that are just there to take the money out of it.
This is all people pretending that they're media critics, but it's more political.
That's true. I thought it was a wrestling channel.
Yep. Yeah.
This is the type of energy that comes from a guy who spends all day thinking about a fat, balding man in a pink skirt walking into the bathroom while his daughter is using the bathroom, just so he can walk in angry and be like, hey, you in a pink skirt. Well, kiss me if that's what you fucking do. Come on. Kiss me right here. I dare you.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
We got that
current day California shit.
Has he ever been to California?
Dude, we live in California. This guy's
Oh yeah, Trumpster Bob said that.
This guy's 30 years away from being Trumpster Bob.
We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game Company.
Man, I don't get to watch current wrestling product anymore. Do they have a heel on either one of the big shows that's like I identify as they, them, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, that would kill now.
You know what? Orlando Jordan kind of did something. He wasn't trans, though, but he was, like, bi and, like, very feminine.
He ran a bisexual gimmick, but I thought there was a they-them gimmick.
But they've done some gay and bisexual stuff before. I don't
like non-binary gimmick, you mean?
Not non-binary that I know of.
There is
I just feel like you can put that over as a heel so well.
Who's the trans?
Remember when Goldust ran that very closely?
Yes.
That was back when it was not accepted, and everybody,
Nyla Rose,
baby
thank
faces
you guys,
would come out and just drop the F-bomb on him.
Yeah,
Jerry Lawler would be like, "This, your dad."
I've seen that Lawler promo. Yeah,
Lawler was like, "Your dad would kick your ass if he
Goldust.
if he knew his son was a beep."
Yeah,
he gave him the new F word. Fuck, it's no longer the F word.
The gay N-bomb on him.
There is a trans wrestler named Nyla Rose in AEW, but I don't know if she's a heel, and if they did make her a heel, they probably wouldn't be like, well, I'm
how
trans.
do they work it where she could do men's titles and women's titles? That's the heelest way you could do it. Like, not only piss the people off that hate that stuff, but do it as the stereotype and be very non-representative.
It would be great.
Of people.
It would be great if she had
so hated. That would be great.
It'd be great if she had the women's title and she would win it decisively every time, and she had a male title, but she had to cheat to keep it every time.
You know what they did?
So sweet.
You know what they did though? They had her
over, dude. That's funny.
She had the chance to win the title, and they had her lose to Riho, who was like one of Kenny Omega's prodigies, who was like a 90-pound Japanese girl. So she beat Nyla Rose, that was like way bigger. So yeah, that was pretty weird.
Fuck your immersion. Fuck you having a good time. Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost. No, no, no. Current fucking day.
I like how he wants to play a game that has limited or limitless fantasy exploration throughout the galaxy, but when there's a 2-second clip of people going by they them, it like takes them out of the game.
Is there any part of it where it actually, like I said, I played it, but I've only played a little bit of it. So I saw the thing in the menu at the beginning. Like I said, I never even had to click on it. It auto-populated because I had a female body. It put she, her next to the name when I clicked the button. I haven't seen that in text at all since then. It's not like on the loading screen or anything. And like I say, no NPC has been like, hey, man, it's time for us to set up this little side mission where I need you to kill 67 dudes and then come back. But before that, what are your pronouns? Like, there's nothing like that has happened.
I feel like part of me feels like this is
I didn't get shot for saying yes, sir, to somebody or anything like that, you know?
Part of me feels like this is a strictly American problem. Earlier this year, I went to see an anime.
This guy's British as fuck. I can only understand half of what he's saying.
That's true. I went to see an anime earlier this year, and one of the main characters in the anime was a chair, but the chair was a he. So I don't know. It's like it's so weird how we get so worked up over this bullshit. Maybe it is a worldwide thing. I feel like he's driven by Americana. I could be wrong.
That is often the case, you know. I mean, we don't really have cash crops anymore. Our main export is culture. It's movies, music, TV. Shit,
we don't put our corn out in the world. We keep that
right.
In
like we don't grow
Americans.
or build anything good enough that other people want to buy it.
Yeah,
we're over
pretty
here. Funny.
Everything we used to make, China makes cheaper, sends it back to us. It breaks so quickly, we got to rebuy it. They got a good scam going.
They really do. It's working out nice.
You're boring. You're fucking dull. You have nothing to say. You are a one-hived mind twat waffle.
Oh man,
that's all you
everything
fucking
he
are.
said. Everything he said up until twat waffle, I could forgive him for. But who gets mad and uses twat waffle when they're actually angry?
If you were actually angry, why would you use an insult that's just by nature funny?
Like, let's say I was beating my wife mercilessly, right?
Right.
And I start to assault her, and she has a waffle down near her twat. I'm gonna feel bad. I'll be like, hold on.
Because you know it's coming.
This is not as serious as I once thought it was.
And you wonder why people are getting so fucking sick and tired. You take everything we love, all our immersions, all our fantasies, all our escapism, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit, fucking crap ideology into everything. thing! Every single solitary fucking thing!
Hey, I got to break this down to one simple line.
Yeah.
Sour boys don't deserve sweet things.
God damn, son. There it is.
Sorry.
Man, he is fuming. At this point, it doesn't even matter if he's mad for real. He's got his blood pressure up. You know, his stomach's starting to turn over. He's not feeling well. He knows that nature will be calling soon. Starting to sweat a little bit at the temples. Doesn't even have to be mad. His poor health allows him to look that way.
And now he's going to play some Starfield.
This is everything every fragile human, I don't want to say fragile male, because there's tons of fragile women too. There's everything a fragile human goes through before they accept it anyways.
Oh,
so
did he
pathetic.
go through the 5 stages of grief?
Yeah,
what is
so
this
pathetic.
like? Anger, depression, bargaining, and fuck, I can't remember it now. Then finally acceptance.
This is like a female equivalent to this would be complaining all day about her boyfriend and then going home and blowing his unwashed peenie. It's like, come on.
Oh, why unwashed? Good.
Man, because it's just that pathetic.
So this is his response to people being like, "Oh, you're a bitch. Why are you complaining about this? Just play the game."
Oh, then he had a response video too.
Yeah,
okay.
Has opinion about video game. Internet goes absolutely nuclear crazy about opinion on video game. Is this actually about opinion on video game? No, this has nothing to do with opinion on video game.
Fact. That's true. I don't like British people. He's right.
No, it has everything to do about you being a weenie, dude. You're a weenie. Your opinion, trash. I wouldn't care about it either way. The fact that you're a super uber mega weenie, that's why we're talking about you. That's where our opinion comes from. You super uber doucher mega weenie. You look like a weenie. You look like a fat little chode. I wish he was wearing a turtleneck. He'd look like a tiny little peenie. You goof.
To do with going after the far left.
You know, it's kind of weird because Sturgis made a video defending this guy, but this guy's fat. Go figure.
Sturgis also, as much as this guy looks like a peenie, Sturgis looks like an unshaven frickin' clam puss. These guys are unarousing genitals.
Sacred cow of gender ideology. I'm not going to treat you like you don't know what is actually going on. Towards the beginning of the game, the character creation, we were greeted with a pronoun option. So very current day of Bethesda, because it appears
so pointy at the corners, man. He looks like a shaved elf. You know what I mean? The nose and the ears are fucking pointy. He's going to pull out a bow and arrow on it, man.
And after the 2 seconds it would have taken me to choose my pronouns, I went and made a 2-minute video, and now for 2 days the internet's talking about what a douche I am.
And I definitely hate all this attention. That's the key to
right?
this video, is that he hates being the center of the attention.
He could have just been like, all right, that's too much for me. I'm not playing this game. Please refund my money or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Some point during the last couple of years, Pete Hines seems to have forgotten what gender he is. Never mind.
With their money.
So I went on a little bit of a rant to my streaming audience because I was unhappy with the fact that in every aspect of our entertainment today, we seem to be pulled out because the people creating it are more concerned with inserting current day into absolutely everything. I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns!
Is it that the nose isn't on straight, or are his teeth, do they not fit in the mouth? I can't tell if I'm looking at the face correctly. So if you look at it like this, the nose could be straight, but then the teeth are in there all jacked up. But if you look at it like this, it seems like the mouth is on right. I can't tell because the eyes are fucking wonky too, man. Is this just like Britishness that I'm not understanding? My American eyes cannot see beyond the obvious
It's like he's got a split of Boglum blood and then blue blood, maybe. So it's a split of the two different bloodlines mixing and causing this awkward structure. There's some pointed,
he's pointy, right? For such a round guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's a contradiction. That's the problem.
It's very shaved elf-like. He still looks like an elf. Look at the face he's making. He looks like he's surprised how many gold coins were in this box he just opened. You know?
Yeah. He's like part naked mole rat, part trust fund rich
an
royal.
Abomination nonetheless.
Yeah, I would hate to be him. And I understand why he's so angry. He's him.
Ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit!
If he looked up, did he shave the beard in such a way that it only stays hairy below where his jawline would be? Because those are not the cheeks that it goes up to. That's
classic neck beard genetics, though.
Yeah, but that's
it's ginger neck beard genetics.
Is it a shadow, like wearing black? He thinks it's making it look smaller under there. And conversely, if you shaved him, would it seem all the more amphibian bubble-like underneath?
I think they refer to this as cuckoo clock shadow.
I see.
Because that's all we fucking know.
Every hour on the hour, my friend.
We're so fucking boring. We can't see past our own fucking reflection.
Oh my God!
The level
the
of our
nose.
I think it's the nose. I was just thinking about it too, man.
It looks like his nose has been broken. It's
maybe he got punched.
It looks like the right nostril has lost a tug of war to the left one.
Here. This was
on the one
tweeted out by
time, man.
Hassan
he might
Pike.
Blow his nose on bowling balls. I don't know.
So here he is. What he's going to do is I'm not a big fan of Hassan Piker either, but what he's going to do is poison the well first and be like, oh, Hassan Piker doesn't like that I did this. But here's something he said that was shitty. So when he says,
everybody sucks. I mean,
Hassan Piker is just the left version. Well, the handsome left version. The successful, handsome. The version of this archetype that women want to hump.
Dan Vask had put the video out and it went a tinge viral. And he says, this weird British guy, oh, yeah, okay, fair enough, losing his mind over selecting pronouns
Hassan
in
Piker
Starfield
has
is the
extreme
perfect
male
demonstration
energy
for why we must bring back lobotomies. Well, Hassan, at least they would be able to lobotomize me. You, however, I don't think they would actually find enough brain cells. And if you don't know who this guy is, let me introduce you to him.
So you said America deserved 9/11.
Oh, I've seen that guy. I know this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Cenk Uygur's nephew from the Young Turks.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, that's why his uncle brought him on to talk.
Little easy leg.
Oh, well, this was his apology tour, like.
And that other person that he was being interviewed by was his uncle, Cenk Uygur. Let's see what Cenk Uygur has to say about certain things, shall we?
Certain things? Oh
boy,
dude,
yeah,
this
6 degrees. Okay.
He's like certain things, and then like he takes this weird clip of Cenk Uygur just talking bullshit.
If I were the benevolent dictator of the world, I would legalize bestiality where you are giving, where you are pleasuring the animal.
You are giving.
Okay.
Yikes.
Okay. Look at
yeah.
She's like,
I will say, if you're looking for clips of that guy sounding stupid, you're not going to have to go far.
Exactly.
I do think there's like an argument for bestiality to be legal as long as it's with an animal that is a natural apex predator above you. Like if you could get it on with
Are you suggesting that if you could subdue a polar bear, you can fuck it?
A Bengal tiger.
Without drugs. Like you can't just drug them. That's against the law.
But
I'm saying,
I gotta tell you, my religion says no, and I'm gonna stick to that. But yeah, you may have a point, dude.
If you could woo a tiger, you should be able to. I mean,
that's hilarious.
I think that's fair.
Okay. Why? Why did that happen?
I don't know, Cenk. Maybe it had something to do with the, I don't know, fucking animals part. What the hell is wrong with your family, dude?
I think you could tell he was fucking around there. He wasn't being completely serious.
Stuff I Made says, take me 2 minutes to find really unflattering, out-of-context clips of Billy. Yeah, and it'll take me 2 days apologizing for it to make like $5,000. I'm waiting for the next flare-up. These are my breadcrumbs. I'm bringing you back to my Hansel and Gretel witch's castle. When
So
you come in and
needless to
say, oh, we
say that
found the
I'm-
breadcrumbs, I get all the sweet money off of being a sweet boy.
Pretty okay with having a conflicting opinion to somebody like Hassan. But this isn't just about pronouns. That's the disingenuous argument that people want to latch onto so that you don't talk about the gender ideology and the intersectionality that's been rammed into every single solitary facet of our entertainment, from video games to TV, film, comics, etc. etc. Fucking pronouns!
I love
now,
to
did
make
I
lists.
have that reaction because I'm a nasty North
as well as
transformophobia? No, I had that reaction because it was so obvious, because we're dealing with current day gaming company.
Who
In actual
cares?
fact,
Oh,
you
my
could go
bad.
far as to say,
Then stop playing games, because only current day gaming companies are going to make current day games.
I mean, you can play old games.
Sure.
I didn't realize.
I like
I didn't
old games
realize
better.
That's why he did it. I didn't realize that's why he did it. I thought he did it because he was a
grifter?
little man-child crybaby. I thought he was a man-child whining to other men children to get donos.
You know, honestly,
that's what I thought.
Ghastly, Portland has one of the best retro gaming expos, and I went to it last year, and it's pretty amazing. They like cover like half the convention floor with retro games, and they have like a Tetris tournament, which is insane.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, people that are good at that, that's another level, dude.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Anyone who's like good at Tetris, but they play it the traditional way, you could not win at this tournament because they
What's
all
the fucking traditional way?
holding the controller
that
normal. They do hyper tapping where they play the left side of the controller with like two hands, and then they use like their pinky to press the buttons. And they can move the pieces so when they get up to those upper levels where it's falling so fucking fast, they can move their pieces incredibly faster, like using two hands. And I saw some of them that had like special gloves on when they were doing it. It's really strange.
It's similar theory to how small weenied guys can pleasure a woman with their fingers.
Right.
Honestly, it's more of a similar theory to like how the high jump changed at the Olympics. Like back in the day, for the high jump, they used to run at the bar and jump over it forward. But then they learned if they could like jump backwards and arc their body over it, and then everyone started setting records that way. So it's just like a different way of doing it, and no dicks involved.
Before that, people only use their penises inside
we're
of
dealing
women.
with current day entertainment in the West. Then we have the Act Man, a React channel that has 1.8 million subscribers, getting mad because a person reacted to a game. By the way, this person recently being cancelled, having his YouTube channel demonetized / pulled down because he was attacked for having an opinion about something and exercising his right to do so. Now, he's actually jumping...
These people are responding with their opinions, buffoon.
Yeah, the differential there is the same as it would be for anybody. You can not like it, but he's not saying that you can't say that. There's a difference there, man.
Well,
there's a difference in I don't like what you're doing and saying, and I'm saying that you can't do what you're doing or saying.
What I'm saying is bigoted buffoon should become a protected class as well.
Oh, good. Everybody gets a special interest.
Yep.
on that bandwagon to attack somebody who is exercising their right to have an opinion. I guess turnaround is fair play, hey? Don't worry about the hypocrisy of it, dude. You do you. So his tweet starts off with gorilla-shaped man, which, by the way, I can't take any other way than a compliment in Silverback, baby.
He does have like a elongated skull a little bit. You know what I mean?
But it's less gorilla and more Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yes.
On the verge of crying, we've already had to go into a lie because you want to embellish your inverted commas argument. Shouty man, yes. Ranty man, yes. Angry man, yes. Crying,
Now, see,
no.
I don't know what the hell he's
Just say
talking
it
about
how
now. Just say the fucking names, man.
Yes.
Just say them.
You know what the craziest thing about all this is? If you go back to the beginning of video games, the only input you could even have were 3 initials when you get a high score. And that's about all the room there is for half of a pronoun.
That's what I do every time I play Galaga.
You can fit like a he or a him in there, and that's it.
Oh,
think of how far we've come.
Not that there are fucking arcades anymore, but places where there are still lingering Galaga machines. I wonder if there's any high scores that are like her, him.
I'll tell you what, especially in Portland, there's a ton of arcades still.
Yeah. It's kind of rare here. There's the barcade thing in a couple of places, which is fun. I've gone to a couple of those, but you never see them just like you go to a restaurant or a store or something and they got 2 fucking coin ops in the back. I kind of miss that, man.
Yeah. Somewhere in Portland, Oregon right now, there's a coin gamer pissed they can't fit Zay Xenu into the high score.
It is true. It is true. Yeah. There's a few in Seattle too. There's like a couple places where a lot of bars will have like an arcade, like a wall and then an arcade on the other side of it. Like pinball arcades.
That's cool.
There's this place in like honestly in like the gay part of town in Seattle called the Unicorn, where they have like a pinball arcade and everything, and then they have this claw machine, but there's like dildos in the claw machine that you can win.
How many did you win? How many did you get?
They're too heavy, man.
When Ben started saying this and said the gay part of town, I was like, how did Ben know I got a pinball machine?
Yeah.
It is. If you feel comfortable with this position, why lie? Because Starfield lets you pick pronouns at the start of the game and then is never brought up again. Well, if it's never brought up again, why do we...
I wasn't forced to pick. It picked her for me because it was a female, but I didn't have to do anything.
So you didn't even have. So the truth is that you don't have to choose a pronoun. It just gives it to you based on the gender.
It'll give you one, but I guess it's on the character sheet and maybe some stat sheet in the menu that I'm not looking at. But nobody's ever referenced it in the dialogue, or I've never seen. I'm not super far into it, but so far it hadn't come up again.
Well, it should have come up during character creation, according to what this guy's saying.
It did. That's the only time I saw it, and it's just at the very end of character creation where you're typing the name, and you see it in one of the subtexts of that menu piece.
As far as representation goes, there's so many more morbidly obese people in this world than there are trans people. Or they them people.
Oh my God.
But I mean,
I don't always I don't always get to be a fat character in video games. I should be really mad.
Right. But I don't get the problem with that either. Don't we usually take games like these as kind of a satirical, whatever standpoint on how humanity can be in this year? I mean, we talked about it earlier, look at how people are in Cyberpunk or how people are in GTA, what's on the radio, what the stores are, how the things are. It's all kind of a reflection of the negative of society. So at some point, all these people are like, well, they're mad about trans representation, but are they not representing it negatively in some way?
Here's the claw machine.
Just a joke. Oh, wow. Yup, I see it. Yeah, got it.
There's actually there's the quarter slot to win all the toys, but on the other side there's $100 bill slot, and it becomes the raw machine, and you back it up in there, and you back it up, and you try and suck one of those out with your anus.
Have to pick the pronoun.
Anus.
And you would have a better point of argument here if the game allowed you to skip the pronoun nonsense. What are your pronouns? Skip. Because the game understands that when you
skip it by just picking your pronoun. He has a fucking pronoun.
You don't have to pick.
He has a pronoun.
If you give it a man's body and it's super tough, it'll assign he, and you never have to touch it.
I'm so male. I refuse to choose male.
Pick the male character.
I always pick females in those games, dude. If I have to look at the backside of somebody grunting and straining for 100 hours, I don't want to play dress up for a man,
That's the least gay option, unless the game has some sort of hyper reality where the woman's weaker than the man.
Yeah, if there was a play difference in some whatever.
Then I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not an asshole.
Pathetic, fuck it. Put some tits on the screen. What are we doing?
How great would that be? You know how games have easy mode and hard mode? Easy mode would be playing as a male. Hard mode would be playing as a woman.
By the way, everyone watching right now, please like the stream. Like the stream. Like the stream.
You heard him.
That would be great.
Under 100, you mooks. Push the button.
Yeah, what's going on?
If it was Internet the game and you played as a female and you could control the size of your ass and your boobs, then that would be easy mode. Yeah.
But not
if you pick a female character, the difficulty is gauged by how big the tits are. The bigger it becomes.
Dude, they've even done experiments with like they'll make a girl blonde and they'll make her wear like a bra that makes her tits seem really big, and then they'll make her waitress and see what her tips are, and then they'll have her not wear the blonde wig or the big tit bra, and she'll get like way less tips.
You know but that's accurate.
It was women that would tip them more too.
That's absolutely the case. My girl is a bartender, as you might know, so I know some bartenders. And there was some story or whatever months back it was, feels like 6 months ago, where it was talking about bartender girls that wear pigtails saw like a 25% difference in their overall tip. So all these girls I know that are bartenders all did it one day. And they were like, yep, totally.
And why do men find that hot?
They retired.
A lot of it came from other women when we're like, oh my God, I love your hair. And gave them more money. But they saw like a marked difference in putting their hair up in pigtails versus their hair being down. It's crazy.
Being a big-titted woman is only easy mode until they introduce pickle jars and men who have blurred lines of consent.
Well, see, if you picked a male character in the same game, I guess the difficulty range would be based on like how much money your family has when you're born. It's a lot.
Right?
That's
Thank
easy,
you.
Dude.
That's the real privilege.
It is, dude.
These are the 5 levels of privilege. Okay, the first level of privilege is intelligence. If you're intelligent, you beat even people who are born into money. Then it's born into money. Then it's beauty. Then the 4th level of privilege is having a big wang or big boobs. And the 5th level of privilege is not being attracted to feet. I feel bad for people.
Son, that was pretty accurate.
I'm saying that's if you're not attracted to feet, you're already better than everybody attracted to feet.
I'm glad I can place myself at least 4th tier there. No feet.
Really quick, want to ask everyone to please like the stream if you haven't already. Liking the stream lets more people know that we're streaming, and we'll get more viewers. So that's
it's
always
under
good.
125, you son of a bitches. Press the button.
Dylan DePickle says, nah, it's money. The highest level of privilege is money.
You can
That's
buy
exactly what somebody who
that's
doesn't have intelligence
totally
would say.
Well,
I totally expect you to think that, Dylan, you dumb shit.
Well, you can buy a lot of the other things you put there and then like compound them, right?
Well,
with intelligence,
you can't buy
get money from people.
intelligence. You can't buy intelligence, but
Exactly.
you can buy beauty though.
Yeah, that's why beauty's beneath money. Intelligence,
But you can.
is the top
But what
because
if?
you
But
can
what
literally
if?
a fool
Billy,
in
you're
his
not
money is soon
listening. You're not
parted.
listening. What if you have multiple factors? You're making it seem like someone only. What if you have intelligence and beauty and money? Or what if you have
compound privilege? Then Ben,
That's what I'm talking about.
If you had intelligence, you would know that.
Fuck you.
What? I literally put it down.
No, you put it down as if they were all singular characteristics.
No, that's not what I said.
You have male pronouns, and when you pick the female character, you have female
just
pronouns.
Put him in
so
the
if
order
it's never brought up
necessary
again,
because he knows he
what
ain't
is
got
the issue?
money or
What is
beauty.
the problem?
You know what I mean?
Why is it even there? It's there to compel you to do so. It's there to compel you to participate in the gender ideology that they've shoved into the game. But
This
again,
motherfucker's
you're being
participating in jail,
disingenuous
though.
because you're not even addressing the
not
rest of the argument, which
interacting
is the
with it.
fact that this is shoved into all types and kinds of our entertainment here in the West. And fucking pronouns!
Yeah, this guy's privilege is that he is able to speak out connected to a core group of little dick angry men, and these little dick angry men listen to him.
That seems to work for a lot of people.
It's all you need. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be better than those people that think like you. It's literally that simple.
Dude, that's crazy, man. You just blew the space where my mind used to be, Billy.
I mean, if you were still alive, you might have been able to change the course of your future.
Then we have.
So, I guess Eric July was on. I don't even know what show this was because it's all cut up.
Valuetainment.
Valuetainment. And so, Ghastly, are you familiar with Eric July?
Yeah. The comic gimmick, right?
The Rippaverse.
Yep.
It's kind of. He's along the same lines as the guy we were
I
just
hate when
looking.
an RPG game gives me more options to customize my character with.
Right? And something so simple as a text-based add-in, like he, him, she, her, they, them. It's like such a small amount of coding that goes into making that, and such a small investment in choosing it either.
I wonder if I didn't click on it, so I didn't look in the menu, but is there a custom option where all the people that are simultaneously angry and still stuck on the same jokes can put like attack helicopter and think they're real clever about it on streams? You know what I mean?
It should just be you mad pronouns.
Oh, right. Yeah. There you go.
So this guy's
like Twitter bio jokes. You know what I mean?
This all boils down to, like, this is the story of the princess and the pee. She complained about the
could
pee
he feel
being
the dick through 11 mattresses?
Yes, that's all this is. It's like, dude, you're outing yourself as being such a thin-skinned wuss.
Yeah, so Eric July is kind of the same genre where his thing is comic books. So he's making a non-woke comic book.
Oh, I see. Is that the marketing of it?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Basically,
he claimed.
I've seen some of the artwork from a couple of things. Looks fine to me, but I don't really know.
He claims that it's not.
I'm dead. I miss stuff. You know?
They had a whole segment on Fox News where they were like, "This non-woke comic is coming out."
Oh, wow,
so
yeah.
It's
working. It's just a marketing ploy. That's all this thing. There's no sense in even being mad at the people who are mad about this stuff because it's all just fucking marketing.
And here's the thing: I wouldn't care if he would just enjoy his success, but he gets so butthurt anytime anyone criticizes his comic at all.
Honestly, the breakdown of this is that Comicsgate rose when everybody in the comics community got angry that the big comic companies were getting too woke. They were getting too woke.
I see.
And they all got angry. And the comics companies should get angry now that Blaze TV and this guy with this huge platform came in on their grassroots agenda and is buying up all the attention space and soaking up all the money on two fucking weak-ass dumb comic books. The community needs to turn on them.
I have no idea what the quality of the books is. What I will say is that from a purely like capitalist standpoint on it, shit, man, the market spoke. You know, if they want to buy that, that ends up getting that. I believe you. I don't know.
The market spoke. That's we agree with that. The market.
So
spoke.
I'm just saying the marketing, that outrage marketing, and even backlash to outrage marketing. Those things are both very effective. I'm just saying you can't get too bent out of shape for it. It's just a marketing ploy.
If I was a Comicsgate guy, I would be pissed that
those
he came in and
made a ton of money, as far as I know.
I'd be pissed that he came in and swooped up all the talk that these other comic books could have, just because he had a bigger platform to take advantage of Comicsgate on.
Right. Well, popularity does not equal quality in any way, so I couldn't speak to whether or not his stuff's any good. But if it worked, it worked. You know. Here we are, right here on the world famous Valuetainment.
Friend of the podcast, Doug DeNaples, creator of Earthworm Jim.
Oh yeah,
he was able to get on and get his own funding for his projects, and he makes great stuff.
I love Earthworm Jim. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Is it more Earthworm Jim comics or is it?
I think he did some more Earthworm Jim. He built a new comic book. I think it was a Sasquatch.
Okay. I think I followed him on Twitter for a little while when he was doing Earthworm Jim stuff. I think.
Yeah.
I believe I know the guy you're talking about.
Bigfoot Bill, thank you.
Bigfoot Bill. So Doug is a conservative Christian, and it kind of closed some doors for him because of public statements he's made.
Open some others.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he did it well. He made a good product, and Eric July doesn't. It's bad. It's really bad. But here's. This woman, I don't know who she is. She's reading these donations because they do it at the end of the show. And Eric July,
Streamlabs or whatever, sure.
Yeah, and Eric July is seething here because they're bringing up like a loss. He's getting sued. He didn't make sure that he owned the trademark to Isom, which is the name of his comic book. Someone else owns that, and now he's getting sued for it.
I see. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So
Then we have vegetables.
I mean, he needs to get LegalZoom on the case or something. Then, right? They don't have a legal team. They're getting sued for the. Is it an acronym? Could they register the trademark with the periods instead of without? Could they? I don't know.
It is an acronym. It's the International School of Ministry. It's a Christian organization.
I thought it stood for I shit out magic. You know what it is?
Damn it!
Like,
He should look
Then
into
we
that.
have vegetables. Spy 94. What's ISOM's superpower? Can he fly? Then we have Bear Chrome.
So, a lot of people know that Isom. We don't know even what his superpowers are, and there's been 2 books. But we know that he can't fly. So that was funny. She was like, what's his superpower? Can he fly?
The funny thing is when he confronted Dick Masterson on the live stream with the other people, one of his supporters answered. Dick's like, what's his superpower? Can he fly? And one of his supporters like, oh, yeah, he can fly. And Eric was like, no, he can't fly. And then when you go back and read the book.
No United Front out there? Bummer.
When you go back and read the book, that's in the first book, that's literally the only confirmation of any powers that he has is that he can't fly. That's in the entire book, that's the only confirmation of his powers. You can deduce that he has some super strength. He's stronger than everybody else. You can deduce that. But in written form, Isom says, flying's one thing I can't do. It's the only written confirmation of power that he has that he can't fly. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Well, maybe it's a shorter list. Maybe it's like fucking Superman. He's got all the damn powers.
No,
he just uses them when he wants to.
It's like
It'd be easier to give you a list of shit I can't do. I told you already. I shit out magic. Did you not understand what I said here? Man?
I wish they would confirm he shits out magic. They didn't.
All we know is he's stronger than average, and his powers probably come from Jesus, and that's about it.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's powered up by the Lord. That could mean any number of fucking things, man.
He wears the Christian cross above his penis.
Like a merkin, dude.
Yeah, it's like right where the champ stamp would be on a guy that gets a upper belt tattoo.
What's ISOM's superpower? Can he fly? Then we have Dare Chrome Backer. Let's talk warehouses and warehouses related things.
Because he has this warehouse and no one can figure out why. I mean, like, he's selling a lot of books for an indie publisher, but he doesn't need his own warehouse. He could hire a fulfillment center and they could handle it and it'd be cheaper.
And unless he started shaving, then he could store his razors in the warehouse for all of his shoulder shaving.
Yeah, he's got very hairy shoulders.
Matt B.
Yeah, it's fair.
He looks like he's being casted in a Teen Wolf remake.
It looks like a stunt double for James Harden, man.
Here they bring up the International School of Ministry and act like it's the same. He's getting sued because the International School of Ministry is like, hey, this could get confused with us.
You thank Eric July for the great comic. Thanks for working on the International School of Ministry to bring ISOM.
She keeps
what did he
calling
say
it.
there in the middle? I didn't hear.
He was like,
pause or something.
Yeah. I don't know what he was saying, but he was probably like, shit, don't say that.
Trolls. Troll.
Yeah.
Troll.
Yep, that is what he said. You're right.
Troll.
Y'all know I had to speak on this issue. Shout out to Az.
Of course you did. You speak on everything. You're being milked right now. This is you giving us the milk. We grabbed your titty, and now you're responding with the milk. Come on, Lolcow.
It was a rant. Let's just call it exactly what it was, and it is to me as that's him at his best. That's him at his best, talking passionately about various subjects, especially gaming. That's what a lot of people, well, let's say the industry that a lot of people was introduced to him. Heel versus babyface for you guys that don't know who it is that I'm talking about. And he was talking about Starfield, obviously. And, you know, he had played it like he has played almost 20 hours of it. And the context of his rant was just a bunch of different things. Same stuff that we've been talking about on this channel. We've talked about, or other people have talked about on their channels, and what plagues various entertainment forms.
You know, can I just say, as much as we want to be divided by the left and right, can we not all come together on the fact that we all have the same fucking microphone? You know? I mean, come on.
It's a damn good thing.
Really I have this microphone. So
and it's
no.
terrible. You sound like shit, Blueberry Pie. What are we doing here, man?
Blueberry Pie.
Right now. And as to be expected, usual suspects, as well as all of these just big YouTubers that talk about gaming, had to chime in because, well, it's safe, right? It's the overreacting guy. He's triggered. He's talking about the woke, the anti-SJWs are at it again, because that is the safe position to take, even though there are plenty of examples of pro-social justice weirdos spazzing out all over the internet. They don't got shit to say about that because it's not safe. But now all of a sudden they want to grow a nutsack on this on this issue. Let's just say that. I just find that incredible.
Oh, you're telling me now they want to defend pronouns? They weren't defending
I'm not
pronouns
sure what his point
before?
was right there. Was it that the guy didn't take it far enough?
Yes.
What?
I couldn't quite. He went a little bit of a long tail there. I couldn't tell what he was talking about.
Now, I am going to
staring into his shoulder hair.
speak on the subject matter in itself, but I just had to get that out the way.
If you look look at it long enough, there's a hidden message in there. It's
right?
like it's like it's shaved into a QR code. You can scan it. You get 10% off his new book at fucking buythisdudescomics.com.
It's like fractals, and I think there's some clockwork elves back there.
Right.
I'm not sure.
No matter how far you zoom in, the remainder is the same as the original expression.
I'm Piker. Big shout out to my man's KingCobra, Jeremy. Hassan Piker hilariously now has something to say about
it. Looks good, man.
Yeah, it looks great.
Graphics look good. Layout looks good. Transition.
I have the same mixer as him too. Yep. I should get enough views so you can see my desk.
Yeah,
because it's I always see guys where they have their desks on cam, and I'm like, dude, nobody knows I have a desk. They have no idea there's a desk here.
Right.
What's going on?
Sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. He decides he wants to grow a nutsack again, even though, as Jeremy's mentioning, and we all remember this, he didn't want to play Hogwarts Legacy because his audience may got mad at him and stuff. Like, you are in no position to be able to talk about, oh, so-and-so's losing his mind. You were too pussy to play a video game because you were scared of your own audience, which... That's
the whole thing. That's the whole point. It's both of them are finally realizing the same point, but it implicates both of them. It's fucking ships in the night. They just crossed each other depending on what the thing of the day was on the opinion. They both got mad on a time where something related to a video game wasn't in line with their politics. And when it was opposite, they both told the other side to get fucked. You can play whatever you want. Neither of them took their own advice. They both got mad about the same thing, and I agree. It's got to be manufactured. It's got to be.
This is just outrage flag football, and they both benefit from getting angry or defensive about these games, and they pass the little flag back and forth. Nobody ever gets tackled.
Yeah, I mean, talk about the things that are new. What are we doing right here? We're doing the same. We're looking at something else and seeing what we think about this. Okay, that's fine. But I'm just saying... To be so blindly one-sided about shit, I feel like you're leaving money on the table if that's what you're even after, you know?
Yeah, if this commentary was actually full contact, I'd enjoy it more. But it's two-hand touch commentary from both sides. It's the weakest little baby bullshit.
Whole thing. These guys are as chicken shit as they come. And that's what I'm finding hilarious. Every time it's the safe position. It's so many examples of these folks spazzing out. Leftists particularly spazzing out in the video game industry, various entertainment
This is coming from a guy who has been ducking anybody who has a educated, or I'm going to say educated, that has a nuanced commentary on his product. He will go toe to toe against all these weirdo fucking idiots that hate his stuff. Easy people to knock down, easy pins to knock down. He'll go toe to toe with these guys all day long. But when somebody has a point that actually like stings him, I won't talk to you. You're fat. I won't talk to you. You're fat.
Yep.
And it's like so you can't go around calling everybody else weak or whatever when you're being weak as hell too, Eric.
I mean, Billy, you are fat. You know, I mean,
I wasn't even the fat he was talking about. There was a multitude of other fats that talked about it before I did.
But it's his fans say he's talking about you as the fat when his fans are coming at us. and telling us, and then they think they like think we're the same person because like the things they don't like about me, they apply to you and vice versa. Like every time. It's very strange because he has a bunch of fans where they're content creators, but their whole genre of content is defending him. It's the weirdest thing ever.
I mean, it's nice work if you can get it, you know?
I don't know how
a bunch of people that would you guys benefit in any way from a bunch of small content creators that just made clips of your stuff and were like, look how awesome this show is, you know?
Yeah, no, like every
if they were
social group,
it's ridiculous and unlikely. I'm just saying.
No, if they were like, oh, I like this show and here's the cool things about it, that would be fine. But if they were like,
that's what I thought we were talking about.
No. If they were like, I don't have any cool things to say about the show I like, but here's why the person that doesn't like their show is a piece of shit. Oh, they're fat.
I gotcha.
Yes.
I gotcha. Yeah. No, you don't want that.
Yeah.
His fan base accumulated because they were angry at comics.
Yes.
And now they stick together because people get angry at their comics.
Yeah, I mean, you'll need new things to fuel your anger if that's what brought you together. Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They ain't got
and I still want them to exist. I mean, if that's what gets your dick hard, dude.
Oh yeah, do whatever you want.
Stay reading the comic book. Don't go out to parties and hit on drunk girls. Don't do that. Like that, you're safer with your comic book, with your ISOM comic book. I appreciate you reading that more.
Shit out magic.
Because they know they would get grilled and they're too chicken shit to take that position. It's too dangerous, but it's safe because, well, you're really taking a side of the establishment on this specific issue as it pertains to diversity and inclusivity and equity and all these other damn buzz terms. Let me say this, and by the way, Razorfist had a good thing to say about it as well. I'm going to give a big shout out to my man because he understands the bigger picture here. And that's just what I think people
I like that.
Losing sight of. Now, look, I'm not knocking anybody that want to have fun playing Starfield. If that's your thing, that's your business. I do think that people are exhausted. I'll acknowledge that as well. Because they've seen a lot of weird stuff plague these industries, a lot of stuff that has infiltrated basically every entertainment asset that was once popular. Definitely the AAA studios and gaming. And with their storylines and stuff. And there's other issues that of course plague the industry as well, but let's talk about that.
All right, so we've heard pretty much everything he has to say for the most part about this.
He's about to explain that people are exhausted. He's going to blame the exhaust on all the wokeism they've been putting up with in entertainment. But that wasn't where they got exhausted. They got hurt. They got hurt by their entertainment turning from focusing to their needs and catering to other people's needs. That hurt them. They're exhausted from jumping on this Comicsgate bandwagon, this ISOM bandwagon. They're exhausted from thinking that Eric July was going to solve their problem and has only delivered them 2 mediocre comic books in the year plus that they've been waiting to have this void filled. It was filled with smoke and mirrors. And that's why they're exhausted, because they're waiting to regain some of that entertainment they had 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It's no longer being sold to them by Disney or whoever they were getting it from originally. Eric July is not filling that gap. They're exhausted of waiting for that gap to be filled. They're going to move on to something else.
I mean, that's accurate, man. I wish I could produce faster. I understand. I have no idea what his how much they're putting it to the grindstone. I don't know how long it takes to make comic books at whatever quality those are at.
I think
so. It's hard to say. That is hard to say on. I can understand an audience wanting it to be faster. I mean, I'm sure he does too in that scenario, assuming that he is planning to make more. Unless what you're suggesting that he doesn't want to do anymore, then no more.
He does want to do more, and more are coming. But I think the stuff that's came out so far is not satisfactory, and the fact that the majority of his content is him responding to people who say he's terrible. Like he's not putting out comic book content. He's putting out, we need to defend me from people who hate my comic book content.
I'm confused by all of this too, Ben. I don't know. I have no idea, man. I'm confused why somebody would take that angle as well.
The Rippaverse is also selling a $45 box to store your Rippaverse comics in. Here it is right here.
Okay.
And they just released a video of them teaching you how to fold it.
And I'm going to show you how to make the short box. First, what you're going to do is you're going to flip this over.
That's kind of how all comic boxes are.
Yeah.
Right?
You're going to
It
fold
looks
these
pretty.
flaps in.
They just printed on regular comic
You're going to
boxes.
push this part down.
Yeah.
Remember, the flaps.
The difference
have to
is
go-
regular comic boxes usually cost about 10 to 15 bucks.
Oh yeah, fair enough. How
And
much
this
did you
one's
say?
45.
45.
Oh, that's a little high. Yeah.
Because he knows his audience. He knows his audience.
gonna
He's
push
making the money.
the
They're
flaps.
selling.
Do you normally
This is
have
over
to
the top shit?
Do you normally have to assemble it yourself too?
Yeah, well, either unless you go to the comic book store to pick it up, the
Yeah.
comic book store will assemble it. But if this is getting shipped to you, it's
I'm
just
sure
getting
if you
shipped
get like a 10-pack of them, they're folded. It's in a flat stack or whatever, right? That would figure. So I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I say go for it. Sell merch if people want.
Oh
merch,
no,
let it
no,
sell.
I agree with that.
But yeah, that price point's a little over the top, man. I switched my services because some of the shit was priced too
But
high.
he's also a small company, and he's asking his fan base to support the idea more than the product.
I see.
So I understand the price point from the cult level of it all. Because honestly, if Drunken Peasants put together this sort of thing, it probably costs us $60 for this box to get it to you guys.
Right,
And I don't want you guys to think. I don't want you guys to think we don't want to get you the box. We just don't think you got
that's fair.
$60.
It's not like you can get 100,000 of them, so they only
Yeah.
cost you $1.50 a piece. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Marvel's going to be able to get them cheaper.
Right.
Because they can buy so many more of them. They probably have.
That volume's a big part of it, I'm sure.
They probably have
Yeah.
deals with people. I mean, after
And because Marvel has more customers, they can afford to sell them at a profit cost of $10. This guy doesn't have that many customers. He's got to upcharge. He's got to get three times
the
the profit
volume. The
Marvel
prices
does.
are going to be higher, but that's kind of the way of it, man. You go to a mom and pop hamburger joint, it's going to cost more than McDonald's. That's just how that shit goes.
Venom says I'd pay $120 for a DP box with Billy's face on it. I'm gonna be delivering the Billy box for $120. Not only will you get the Billy box, but I'll fill it with snacks and send it to your house. $120.
I love it. That's great, man.
Let's go.
Someone sent me this Jared video where he thinks he sees a ghost. And I wanted you to see the part where
I think we might have watched some of this guy last time too.
Yeah.
I kind of remember this fucked up bedroom. Looks like he still has not cleaned since then.
this isn't a new video, but someone brought my attention to it because he sees someone walking in his backyard and he thought it was a ghost, and the way he reacts to it is ridiculous.
Oh, why am I not surprised? Ghosts are always portrayed negatively in the media. Like you're supposed to be scared, and I'm supposed to say boo, and then you bring in an exorcist. It's all a fucking racket to get. It becomes to a point where in real estate, not haunted is a selling tool that they use to up the price on old houses. You're suggesting that the spectral population needs to be segregated from everybody else. And this guy, it's not that he's a bad guy. He's a victim. He is a victim of the Spectre's propaganda fed to him and his family for generations.
Yeah, and why we don't use homelessness to dictate the price of living quarters in the human world. When you a lot of the big penthouses downtown are really expensive, and there's homeless people living right below them. We don't say, there's homeless people here, we're going to lower the price. That's messed up. The fact that there's just have to be spectral homeless living in these ancient mansions, we're gonna bring that up. That's highly unkind.
Well, and who are you to push me out of my ancestral home that I potentially have been in for hundreds of fucking years?
Right?
Man?
You got squatters' rights at least in this world.
Bare minimum.
I don't know what the laws are in spectral law.
Well, it's similar to how it was in, with the living. There's just more bureaucracy. The red tape is even worse. But the main problem, the big stopping point is that I don't have my social security number. Right? When you die, they recycle that number and give it to somebody else. But why? It didn't say anywhere in the Constitution that you have to be alive to be numbered that way, like the cattle that we are. And I wanted to go back to the herd. and be able to use that number to deal with things like legal issues and bank accounts. But they won't give it back to me. They gave it to some kid.
I've lost a couple of cell phone numbers, and I'll call the cell phone number.
He took it.
Martine, so you did check, yeah.
Yep,
I used to call my lost cell phone numbers to see who had my old number, and it pissed me off all the time. So it's interesting to hear you found Martine's got your new
it only gets worse once you die, my friend.
Somewhat singing, but
here it is. You can kind of see the person walking in his backyard and the look on his face.
But anyways,
this was during a live stream.
Uh-huh.
Which he's not allowed to do anymore because his dad grounded him from live streaming.
Oh. How old is this guy?
Late 30s.
Late 30s?
Oh.
And then he ended it like that.
Yeah, yeah. He was frozen in time there for a second, man. Can we see the ghost again?
Yes. Have you ever seen the sitcom Ghosts?
Sitcom called Ghosts? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's about this couple. There's a British version and then an American.
Let me guess. They hired a living person to play the titular fucking character. They didn't give the job to an actual ghost. Right?
It's about a couple that move into an old house and there's a whole bunch of ghosts that live there.
Amityville. Huh?
And they're all people who like died.
A point of American shame in the eyes of the Spectrus community.
Yes.
Somewhat singing, but anyways,
Oh.
So we just missed it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it. It's to the right of the center.
Yeah, you can see him moving.
Yeah.
The look on his face.
Why does he think that's a ghost? Again, that's a ghost job that was given to the living. They're taking jobs out of the hands of ghosts.
somewhat singing, but
I can see
anyways,
the jeans. Motherfucker had 501s. That wasn't a ghost. I don't even have feet.
He gets.
Now, do we know? Did Jared respond to that? What did he say?
His next video was like, "There was a ghost in that last video, bro. There was a ghost." He gets so freaked out that he just ends it.
God damn.
The fear in his eyes.
It
was
only
insane.
could have been better if he would have grabbed the cross. I was waiting for him to just grab the, just take a grip on it down there, man. Hold it tight.
Yeah.
That would have been so good.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just freaked out and just randomly ended the stream.
He's like, guys, usually I shit myself on stream and it's fine. I keep streaming. But this time it was because I saw a ghost. So
he drinks his own pee on stream, and that didn't even phase him. He was just like, yeah, drink my own pee by mistake. Because he had a pee pee.
By mistake or on purpose. I feel like if he's that nonchalant about it, that's not the first time he's drank his own pee. Wait, why does he have his own pee?
Because he had a water cup and a cup that he peed into, so he didn't have to get up.
Okay, right. And drinks a lot, I guess.
And he peed into the drinking cup and then drank some of it.
I was doing a 24-hour stream a long time ago, and I had a piss bottle, and I probably shouldn't have done it. And I accidentally grabbed the wrong bottle, and I took a sip. And I was on stream, and I noticed immediately as it touched my lips what I had done. And I was like, I can't respond to this because the chat will know I just drank pee. So like, I put on my stone face.
You made the
I
same
put on my stone face. I shut the bottle. I set it down, and then like an hour later, I faked that I drank out of a pee bottle as a joke, and everybody laughed. But like the first one, it was like I'd known what I had done. I'd known my mistake, and I stopped peeing in bottles no matter what. No matter if it was a 24-hour stream, no matter how many Magic the Gathering games I was playing in a row. I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Use the plumbing. Get up and use the plumbing.
It's a long time ago. I was probably around 600 pounds. I was sitting in a broken chair. It was a lot of work for me to get up, but even after that, I was like, no, this is not my life, and I will never do this again. That was a rock bottom moment.
Yeah, I can't believe it, man. Congratulations, by the way, Reese. I seen some shit on Twitter with the fucking dropping the pounds. Nice work, my friend.
Trying, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Trying.
I know it's a mountain to climb, but fucking go for it, dude. You can get there. I know it's not the same, but we've talked about it before. I weighed 300 pounds in high school. So Not at that same level, but I understand what it's like to need to drop a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So stick with it, bro. You can do it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I'm working it.
Well, you look sexy as hell.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm probably maybe the sexiest I've been since I was 3 years old. I don't know. I had a good run in 2020. The beginning of 2020 was maybe my sexy peak. But for those of you that donated today, I want to thank you guys for the big donos.
The big $10.
We hit
I
our
don't
goal.
have any
See?
cup/bottle in the house large enough to hold all my urine if I had to go enough to go in the room.
That's why I would always drink giant bottles of tea. I had a nice tea bottle. It was a brown Arizona iced tea bottle. I can recall it like it was yesterday. It was the worst.
Everyone,
it was the worst
please.
Of times.
I know
It was the worst
exactly
of
the
times.
bottle you mean. They're you can kind of crunch them. They're thin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know the bottle. Oh, yeah.
Everybody, please like the stream if you haven't already, and also, it probably is time to start a tip train. We do have the link pinned in the chat if you want to help out with that. Just throw us a couple
hit
bucks.
the like. It's under 150, you mooks. Press it.
Here's I don't know if this video is legit, or it almost seems like an act, like everyone in it is improv acting, but it's a classroom, a college classroom, where this girl shows up like basically in her underwear and the teacher freaks out about it.
Okay.
Here it is.
I'm here at school because I got it.
I'm asking you, did your mother see
about
you leave out the house like that? Because at this point, that's who I'm going to call. Your mother.
Call her. She's not going to answer.
Well, somebody going to have to come get you because you can't.
Is this a high school?
Like this.
A college.
A college. Okay. Oh, that's what I was wondering. So she for sure is over 18, number one. Okay. Nicely done there, Ben. Don't set us up for failure here.
I
man.
mean, like,
Jesus.
yeah.
I said it
and
was
number
a college
two,
class.
how does the dress code work at a place where you're paying to be? You know?
The last thing, I've paid to be at nightclubs, and they get pretty strict too.
That's fair. That's fair,
but
man.
The last thing I want to do today is renounce this boner. So I'm glad to hear she's 18.
Why can't
Because it's inappropriate.
What's inappropriate?
Everything you have on. No, everything you have on is inappropriate.
Your shoes are sensible enough.
Well, I mean, the real inappropriate thing here, is none of it matches.
Yeah, she's got like a blue thong on and then like a leopard print bra on. Like, what is this?
Maybe it's laundry day. We don't know. That could be all she had left in the drawer.
Yeah,
does this girl look responsible to you?
This is better than my laundry day. I go into the pile and I smell the least mustiest thing. So I respect this more than that.
You have on is inappropriate.
It's a hot mess.
Clothes on. I got top and bottom.
Top and bottom. Top and bottom. You
I'm
thought
gonna
you
need
was
a
gonna come
pee-pee gallon. Can the Billy bonus boxes be low sodium?
I'll cater them to your tastes.
Are you going to eat them?
Learn a lesson in my
I'm going to send them out.
Bottom and then let's learn a lesson.
No, you ain't gonna learn a lesson in my class. The lesson is to put clothes on in the morning when you come into school.
I mean, she did just say you ain't gonna learn a lesson in my class. I mean, not quite. What am I paying for?
Yeah, after I get her.
So, like, this is what makes me think this is some weird improv, because he's like, can I do my presentation now? It's like,
Maybe he's just trying to be funny. He's sitting next to that blonde girl. He clearly doesn't know what's going on. He's at a community college night class. He's just trying to get one in where he can, you know?
As much as you think this is a skit or that he's trying to be funny, when I saw this earlier, I saw it because Honest Red posted it in our Discord.
Yeah.
And Honest Red said, honestly, I would be that guy telling them to just move along so I could do my presentation.
Right. And by posting that, he thinks he's funny. So he would definitely be that guy.
I don't think he was being funny. I think he literally was like, I don't care enough about nudity or anger. I just want to take care of my schoolwork. Honest Red was saying it not
what do you
jokingly.
think his presentation was about? What presentation was so important here, man?
I think he was going to expose JFK Jr.
Shit, man, we may need to get on it then. Yeah, he needs to do his presentation. This could be groundbreaking material. Look, he's got one of those little fucking composition books with that crackly black and white on the front.
So
it says composition in that white box.
Why this probably is a skit is because there's a pin board on the ground, not even hung up on the wall. And one of the things pinned to it is in all caps, "Say no to bullying" in a college.
Mm-hmm.
Is that really what colleges look like?
And a map of the world, right? What
Do they have maps of the world in college?
Go ahead
Yeah. I came into school with my
I
bag
will say,
with
based on the lectern or the whatever they've got back there, it makes it not seem like a classroom. It looks like they're in some kind of little annex
on like
or
a
something.
stage.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. I'll give you that. I mean, if you're gonna do this though, shoot it. We can't even see the girl.
ready to learn. I sat down front and center, ready to learn, and then you made a moment out of me.
And the other giveaway is at the end, Dar Man comes out and teaches us a lesson on morality.
We came, y'all all came here to learn, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm here to
Would
learn
your mother
too.
let you walk out the house with something like this on?
No.
I don't care what she's wearing. I just want to do my presentation.
I just want to.
There's only like 6 people in this class, too.
Yeah, it's a very small class.
No,
Can I just do the presentation?
You can't do your
Can you just put on some
presentation.
gym clothes so we can get on with this? Like, just put on some gym clothes or something.
This is close.
Yeah, I can give you my hood. Would that help?
Yeah, and that's the end of
Would
it.
that help? I could give you my hood. Would that help? I could turn this into an illegal porno movie. Would that help?
I'll be right back.
Can we look at the girl again here real quick? She turned for just a second. I'd like to take a good look at this girl.
Okay, show her again.
I'm sorry. I got some scientific research that needs to be completed here.
Yeah, I got
All right.
some.
Oh, hold on, wrong one.
I got some Vaseline over here that needs to be completed.
Then we have.
You don't want to do that. That's a petroleum product, man. You want something water-based, William the refrigerator. You really? It's easier on the cleanups.
I always just dry fire.
Dry guy? I can understand.
I got enough.
Man.
I got enough roly-poly-oly.
Sure.
So Ben's gonna leave this up, leave the room, and we don't have the front of her face, so we'll have to just assume that you can piece. So you ever see the old beer commercials with the old man who gets or the bitter beer face? Someone drinks a bitter beer.
Bitter beer face. Yeah,
It looks like she's got a bit of a bitter beer face and a forehead slope that slopes her nose directly down into a bitter beer face.
Dude, I mean, everything in the front, from the thighs, the stomach, the chest, the forehead and nose, it looks like she just ran into a wall really hard at some point. It all flattened out here in the front.
She's dressed like Jim Carrey's Vera character from In Living Color back in the early 90s.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
If she had the haircut. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh, she's the pigtails.
Mismatched. She looks like she's playing a TV prostitute in the early 90s.
Yeah, she's about to be an extra on The Shield on FX.
Right.
Bert Kreischer's going to walk in, jerk off to her through a window.
Oh, boy.
So I got to tell you, I didn't realize earlier today.
Here we go. Now my chickens are coming home.
When we came on for the pre-show, Ben told me that we're doing a show tomorrow. And Drunken Peasants tomorrow. Unfortunately, I can't do what we had planned. We had locked in. I was gonna do your awesome show.
I'm telling you, the other guys that are on the show were very excited. Look at what
I still want to do it. I don't know if I'm gonna be invited back. I didn't realize we had a show Wednesday. We always have Wednesdays off. Ben's been screwing with the schedule so much. I thought we had a fucking regular week finally. But I honestly I don't know if he changed it last minute or what, because I don't know. I haven't seen the schedule. I don't check it regularly. He tells me. So he tells me before the show, as you're live on the show, that we're doing a show tomorrow. So I can't.
I want to say it was 8:12.
Yeah.
When he said that, and then Billy goes, "All right, well, what do you want to do? You want to reschedule?" I go, "I'll fucking look when we finish, guys."
I know. I screwed it, but you want to tell them about the show you're doing? It's really
absolutely.
fucking cool.
And Billy, as far as I think I have somebody for next Wednesday already, so maybe 2 Wednesdays from now. something
Might
like
be
that.
able to do that. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see if we can work it out. Oh, wait. Sorry, we're too late. Well, sorry.
If you want to tell them about the show, though, it's a really cool, cool premise, real cool cast.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting as a podcast premise. Normally, when I come on the show, we talk about cartoons because I normally make cartoons, but I like to do other stuff too. So I got this new thing we're doing called Artificial Dinner Theater, and it's myself and the main cast from my cartoons and streams and all that stuff. And I'm on camera instead of being a ghost, and you would be surprised how much I do look like that guy that was. What was it? Pimps Up, a Hose Down, whatever that guy was called. That guy does look a lot like me, man. But so we just kind of act as the support cast. We try to bring on a guest. In this case, it was supposed to be you, William. Make them the star of a fictional movie, right? We come up with a character and a premise, and then we use ChatGPT, we use AI to it bangs out these ridiculous movies super quick. We just kind of guide it scene by scene. And we act it out. We do the voices, and the guy that produces my Saturday show does Foley sound effects and shit. We kind of treat it like 40s radio drama. You know what I mean? We try to bring guests on and make them the star of the show. So we've done a bunch of stupid space action movies, and we just get to do crazy voices and do it up big, and it ends up being pretty fucking hilarious. It's Billy,
really cool.
You fucked it up.
I know. Well, technically, I really was excited to do it, and then found out last minute that we're doing a show Wednesday, and I was heartbroken because I thought I had covered my bases.
There's a calendar that Billy the Fridge and all of the DP fans can look up to see the schedule of the show. It's updated very regularly. It's been this way for over a month.
Yeah, and you're supposed to tell me when you change it, Ben.
I didn't. It's been this way for over a month. Yeah.
Well, man, like I said, yeah, no worries, dude. If y'all are already set up, but Billy, maybe 2 Wednesdays from now, and Ben, if you ever want to do one, you're welcome to do one as well. Yeah. Billy, maybe the 20th. I don't know. Text me, bro. We'll figure it out.
Let me double check the calendar
because I think I haven't got confirmation yet, but I think I got somebody next week already. And for now, I just want to do one at a time. Maybe as the AI gets better or I get better at fake writing this stuff, I could do multiple. Have 8 people on there reading parts, which would be a fucking insane table read. But that's a little hard to wrangle sometimes too, because we're still kind of getting that. We've only been doing this for a month.
Yeah,
and so we're still kind of getting the hang of how to talk to it just right. You know how I can finesse this lady just right. You know.
Yeah, there's episodes up. They're very fun. If you guys want to go check it out, and if when I do it, I'll let everybody here know for sure. I was hoping it would be tomorrow. I don't know if there's any chance that we can change the time and make it work. I will work all day to make it work for tomorrow if possible. If not, I will make it work for 2 weeks from now or whenever.
We'll figure it out.
Gulf City in the chat right now. It's on Gulf City in the chat right now. Yeah. Check it out. Check it out. It's good stuff. You guys are all very talented. Obviously, the work you do with the cartoons is super talented, and you all work together so well in this podcast too.
I appreciate it. I'm very fortunate to have a very impressive team, especially on the cast around me, and our community is super supportive of everything that we do, man. So I'm very lucky to get to even try something like this. But as far as I can tell, nobody's doing this yet. So I just want to try to kind of scoot in there and go check out this cool thing that it's 40s radio drama. It's an improv type thing. But with this AI component, it just has we've been laughing our asses off. I gotta say.
It makes it so interesting. The little added component. It's like the dinner theater shit, all that stuff. It's old hat. It's fun, but it's old hat. This completely turns it into something.
It's the newest and
brilliant.
The oldest way to do it.
Right? Right.
The closest thing I can think of, which isn't exactly at all like what you're doing, is Will Sasso does an AI generated podcast.
I've seen some of that. Yeah.
And they'll have he'll do Jesse Ventura's voice and read
Dude,
weird.
That kills me.
Yes, it's so good. Yeah, he'll read like a whole ad campaign in Jesse Ventura's voice, but then it'll keep it'll have like a storyline. It's very strange.
Oh wow,
I'm a big
I'll have
fan.
to check more of it out. I've seen a couple clips. I'll have to check it out, man.
So we do need to talk about the guy that was cooking with Mountain Dew. His name is KingCobraJFS.
Oh shit! Right. Okay.
He is
JFS. Just fucking saying.
It's
Jesus
Joshua.
Christ.
It's
his actual
Joshua
one.
Faye Saunders. Saunders
with a U.
I'll tell you what,
With
he's
a A.
nearing 70,000 subscribers. When we first started
Nice.
watching him,
Wow,
he probably had like 10,000.
I know it
you're
was under
giving him
20K.
that Drunken Peasants bump, my dude.
Well, it's not just us.
He gave him
getting.
Yeah.
He's getting world renowned.
Mm-hmm.
There are people all over that are finding the ways of Cobra. His
I like it.
I don't even know what to call his commandments. The Cobra commandments.
Yeah, they are. There's so he'll
That
only
makes him
date.
Cobra Commander. Fuck.
So he always talks about, because he's on a 6-year dry spell. He's been involuntarily celibate for 6 years.
Got
and
it. Okay.
if he's going to meet a lady, she must be of age, cisgendered, non-related, alive, consenting, and human.
I mean, it sounds like a long list. It's really not bad. You
I mean,
know,
like,
you know what I mean?
don't most
That
of
was
us?
a lot of adjectives,
But most of us have 90% of those. And we wouldn't put it on a dating profile because it just goes without saying we don't want to fuck our family and we don't want to fuck our cousins and we want to fuck little kids. You know what I mean? So, or animals or any of that.
Man, I want a woman who she has to have 2 eyes in her head.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
I need her to have a mouth. You know, I'm flexible on the mouth. As
What
long
if
as
she only
there is
has
a mouth,
one
I need
eye,
that to
though?
be there.
What if she only has one eye?
Well, then I guess that girl's shit out of luck. But you're still in there for like 97% of the population. You know?
Yeah. So King Cobra, his account's in the negative a lot. Money's tight.
It's tough. He's got to buy all the Doritos and Gatorade.
And booze. He loves booze. So
I see.
Yeah, he's like his most view. He'll get like 2,000 live viewers when he's blackout drunk. And
nice.
Yeah,
I guess, except for the being blackout drunk part.
He's blackout drunk once a week.
Oh, wow.
Easily. Dude, he's 32 years old and he looks like he's probably like 52.
I mean, I'm from Texas. I enjoy drinking, but that sounds like a little much already.
Me too.
Yeah.
Not from Texas, but I enjoy drinking. Yeah.
What do you drink?
Everything.
I keep cutting you off from playing the video, man. What do you drink?
Everything. Actually, if you look at stats, people from my part of the country drink more than anywhere else in like the cold weather, Great Lake, like Minneapolis.
Yeah, it sucks to be there, right?
Cleveland.
So you guys just booze it up.
Yes, it's true. It snows all winter. Everything's frozen. Even up here.
I've heard that anywhere that it's cold all the time, people drink heavily. I've heard that same thing. So there, Canada, Alaska, Russia, any of those guys where it's cold all the time, these motherfuckers are drinking. And I suppose I would be too.
Yeah, so King Cobra decided to try to make his own hooch, but
oh shit! Oh no, he might go blind, dude.
Oh god!
Actually,
he might be halfway there already.
It's the actually he was born like legally blind anyway. So if he lost it, yeah, he had a lazy eye and they fixed it, but he has like very bad vision.
So this might heal him.
No, well, lucky
he
for
might go all
us.
the way around the horn, and now he can see again.
I was worried about him going blind or botulism, everything that can go wrong with making your own alcohol. Luckily, he's such an alcoholic, he couldn't wait to open it. And in this video, he's going to claim he let it sit for 2 weeks, which isn't even close to long enough for fermentation. It was literally 9 days. It was 9 days.
That doesn't sound like it worked. It doesn't sound like it worked. It sounds like you're drinking brake fluid.
It's just rotten juice at that point.
Okay, he does look like he drinks brake fluid.
Yeah.
He huffs duster too.
Oh, I believe it. He's clearly been lifted up like a garage
Any
door.
advice on winemaking should be ignored and professional advice should be consulted instead. That's what's up.
Okay.
What up, YouTube? So my
Oh
homemade
yeah, I
alcohol
remember this guy.
is
I remember it
done.
already.
He's
It's
32
lifting my
years
memory
old.
up like a garage door. Does he
usually
keep
takes-
the empty bottles back there? How
Looks
old
like
is this
it.
guy?
It's about
He's 32.
I mean, he's forever 21.
Yeah,
Like-
I guess you're right. Yeah, he appears to have a hookah made out of a bottle there
like
too.
2 weeks to
Maybe.
ferment,
I have-
according to an
I have
article.
empty man candles in my windowsill. Do you think
Mandel.
I'm as trashy? Am I as trashy as Cobra?
Well,
What, from
it's
Bed
not
Bath
quite
and
the same
Beyond?
because yours isn't becoming sugars that are just sitting around open in your house. You know.
That's true.
It doesn't really release carbonation like it did, so I took a 1/3 cup.
He couldn't stop fucking with it when it was fermenting.
Yeah, you
He-
gotta leave it alone.
Yeah, he kept like burping it, and that's where it like builds up the fermentation from the yeast. And he kept like draining it, and now he kept fucking with it too much. He should have just like left it in a corner.
Of sugar and added 2 of those to it to give it a little bit of sugar. So now we're going to take our wine, we're going to transfer it into a clean bottle here. I want to grab some hot water.
Well,
I'm going to rinse the
Boy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
inside of this
Yeah.
out real quick. You want to wait a minimum
If there's any alcohol in that bottle, it's negligible. It's like
Right.
0.25% alcohol, if anything.
of like 2
Yeah, I mean, you're
weeks.
not even approaching Bud Light status
Right.
yet at this point.
I've been sipping on the alcohol and trying it. And
If he
it's actually-
sends a bottle of this to Dylan Mulvaney, is it a hate crime?
with a drawing of her on it.
I drew this sick drawing of you, Dylan Mulvaney, and there's a magic wand in there you can stir it up with if you want to add actual alcohol to it. I think it's only 2%.
I honestly felt bad because we had the dude that made the documentary with King Cobra that he now hates, so he unsubscribed from our channel. But then he accepted my friend request on Discord the other day. So
Nice.
me and him are buddies again, Billy. You always compare us all the time.
You compare you.
No, you do. You
No,
were the first
you-
one.
You early on said, Cobes and I actually have a lot in common. And then when you got on the stream with him and we're talking with him, you guys hit it off really well.
That's what, and you told your favorite son. Honestly, Ben had the best connection with Cobra.
Yeah.
Damn.
You guys had a good conversation.
By the way, your favorite son coming back on Saturday for the bonus
Nice.
show. Yep.
Bam, there it is.
got a burn to it, dude. Now it tastes like beer, to be honest with you, more than it
tastes
does
like
wine.
beer.
He lives in Casper, Wyoming.
Okay, and how many of that exact bottle do you think he has in his house? We've seen 2 already.
Empty juice bottles. Yeah, I used to buy juice bottles like that from like Sam's Club and shit back in the day.
I gave it about 2 weeks and a day to age.
2 weeks in a day?
2 weeks
no.
in a day.
9
That's
days.
15
Not
days.
even 2 weeks. Not even one and a half weeks.
2 days in a week.
Well, wait, now,
And now-
see, that doesn't quite make sense. I could see drinking so much that you inadvertently go forward in time. And he's like, oh, I can't open it yet. It's only been 4 days. And they're like, bro, it's been 9 days.
Yep.
I
you
can see
imagine
that
being-
happening? But how is he estimating it the other way? Where he's like, it
Well,
must have
because
been
he's-
2.5 weeks at
he's-
least.
He's jonesing so hard for alcohol that he's hoping magic happen in 9 days. And honestly, if he used one of his magic wands to cast a speed spell on it, maybe it has been 2 weeks in a day with wand magic.
I have a
Is
better
that why he thought it's been
explanation.
so long he casts time spells on himself?
He
I have
actually shits out magic.
I have a better explanation. Cobra has no concept of time, so to him in his mind, it could have been 2 weeks.
What
like-
Gandalf say about a wizard is always on time or something?
Yeah, basically. And he is a wizard. He makes custom wands, Ghastly. He makes custom
Wow.
wands.
Out of what?
Out of what? He has one of his,
Found wood.
Are they limbs?
one of his fans bought him a lathe, and he makes these.
Shit! Did somebody trust this motherfucker?
Oh my god!
A lathe?
When he uses the lathe,
please tell me he's got lathe videos.
He does, and he's wearing necklaces when he's like.
Oh no!
Yeah,
just leaning on in.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got anxiety watching.
Yep.
Oh god.
The bubbles only form when I shake
A wizard's
it.
hooch is never late. It's always precisely as he meant it to be.
Let's give it a smell before we transfer it.
Was there Doritos in this before you
Holy
bottled it
shite,
up?
you two. That smells like alcohol.
There's no way there's much alcohol in there.
It smells like the
You
kind
know
of
all
things you
those
put with
camel
alcohol.
silver ices?
Look,
Dude,
same
he
bottle
will
again.
make the most disgusting food I've ever seen in my life and eat it and be like,
Yeah.
oh my god, YouTube, this is so good. Oh my god.
Julia Raul says, I still say Cobb should start a restaurant called Cobra's Playhouse.
It won't do well because if he's making the food, it's not going to do well.
If Cobra does a restaurant, he should have, you know how they have the big animal heads on the walls of lodges in cabins?
Right. Yeah,
They
like
should have,
taxidermy.
Yeah, they should just have the heads of living animals sticking out of the wall with their bodies behind it in cages, but still mounted. So they're like, rah, 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 and you can throw like all the food that you buy that Cobb's cooks, since you don't want to eat it. You can feed the animals on the wall the food. You just throw them
By
a
the way,
burrito or something.
I want to mention.
Wow.
I want to
That's
mention that that bar with the dildo claw machine has taxidermy all over it too.
What the fuck, Ben? Like, I know it's your favorite bar, but you
It
just
is.
keep bringing up the dicks, dude. You just can't stop bringing up the dicks.
You know what? It's rubbed off on me.
Thing.
Is it? Is it?
Well, honestly, as much as you call me out for bringing up any sort of peenies, if you watch the 400,
don't get me wrong. I think you guys are on par with each other.
If you watch the 300
think
episodes
so.
of Drunken Peasants, if you watch the 300 episodes of Drunken Peasants before
This
I
is
get
Billy
here,
just inflating his own ego.
There's so much talk of peenies and
Nope.
poopies and peepees.
I don't
When
agree.
I came here, my first episode, I threw pee on Paul, and I threw pee on Paul because there was a previous pee arc that happened before I got here. Like
What was-
Ben always wants to point out me for being nasty, but y'all
are
were
nasty.
always this way.
You did
I'm
just throw your own piss.
No,
I threw my own piss. That was because. Ben, you want to
wa-
tell him the
hold
pee
on.
story?
Well, no. There was no pee arc. Well, there was Paul saying he was
Pee arc.
disgusted by pee for sure.
Uh-huh.
No one had thrown pee.
Didn't
And
you like bring a cup of your pee out?
That was
or
after
something
you.
to threaten Paul.
That was after you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, there's like a whole like 300 episodes of similar talk prior to me showing up. I just continued the meta.
No.
Right.
It's
You're
not the
sticking
same.
within the confines. I see.
Exactly.
They're like really strong and they're like really cheap. It's got that kind of smell to it, you know?
Basically, everything I'm seeing looks like it has that smell to it. What is it that he's pouring it into in the
Some for
front?
the
What is the
homies.
full? Is that like a? It looks like an empty hummus that he
right
washed
there, so
out or
it's full.
something, or a lunch
I would-
meat
Just a little bit of
container.
water.
I would 100% feel safer drinking my own pee than this.
You know what went into your own pee, at least.
Yeah.
Someone said looks
Yeah.
like kombucha. No.
There
no.
may or may not be Dorito dust in there, man.
Yeah, that's crumbucha.
Whole fucking taste. Well, YouTube, I've been aging the wine for about 2 weeks, and it smells like
9 days equals 2 weeks.
like beer, dude. Straight
Got
up. So maybe I didn't make.
It's weird because we have the first video he made where he talked about making this, and we can count the days where he was like, and he was sipping on it even then while it was still being made. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Did he do a new shave thing on his face?
Yeah, he's got a
Like a wine.
mustache and no beard
trying to
anymore.
make, but
Looking good.
Yeah.
we still made something, didn't we?
Yeah, like he used to have one eye that was like all the way over to the side when he was looking straight ahead, and he got that fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he can see a little bit. I mean, he still looks like an extra in a Mad Max movie that was set in the American Southwest. You know, it's not good.
Ooh.
He's having to lift that with two
YouTube,
hands.
when I smell
Does it
that-
say Ozzy on his hand?
Yes.
He
This
got
metal
Ozzy.
motherfucker.
Dude, he is in love with Ozzy. He'll say, I hate sickos more than I love Ozzy Osbourne.
He also has a Cradle of Filth tattoo, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, those are his two favorites.
Oh, dude, that smells like straight alcohol, dude. That's got,
Not straight
that smells like it's got
alcohol.
some burn to it. Hold up, let's try some of my homemade hooch. Now, I'm not gonna sip
Got him
on
a
this
big
too
pull-up.
often. I'll keep this as a backup. So here we are, folks. I'm gonna try a glass of this homemade hooch here. That you see me making on my tubes.
Oh no.
I think it fucked his eye back up. Shit.
It does sometimes start migrating, but I guess he said there's a stint in there holding it in place. So
I'm sure that's tough. I mean, I'm cracking
Yeah.
jokes, but I'm sure that's tough to deal with.
yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, you know, I crack jokes on some of the most miserable people in the world, and sometimes I do it with the intent to hurt them when they've never done anything to me. I don't care. But I actually do adore King Cobra. I think he's a very interesting human being. And I will say things that probably hurt his feelings, but I will never say them to hurt his feelings. Some people I will say to hurt their feelings.
Out of all the weirdos we cover, he's like the nicest guy for sure. And,
he's. I will say, all things aside, he does look harmless. Like I don't feel like this guy's gonna do anything.
I think he's a good. I think he's a good person, and above all that, he's an original.
Well,
That's
I'll
what
tell
I
you, you
like
don't have
about
to
him.
worry about him being able to aim a weapon. No chance in hell, man. You know,
He's got a wand.
Oh my god!
And he's
got a
actually pretty
double
good with a kick too.
He's got a double-barreled shotgun too.
There's
He
a pretty
does.
good spread there potentially. It may not matter if he can point it at you. Or
His
not.
eyesight might be 2200, but that double barrel sees at 2020.
Yeah, fucking A.
That definitely tastes like alcohol. I ain't gonna stunt.
I don't think it is.
I'm making alcohol. I'm gonna try using the
But to be fair, we've seen the alcohol he drinks. Does he know what alcohol tastes like?
Yes, because he's drank like he's drank a cocktail that was like 90% booze and then like a little bit of juice at the bottom.
He always mixes it though.
But he also
those bottles of
here's
Crown
my
Royal
case.
back there. I mean,
here's my
he drinks
case.
sweet.
Cobra lives within the reality he wants to believe in. We've heard his stories where like he goes into the convenience store and there's a hot girl working there and like she's grossed out by him, but then he starts talking to her and all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah, this guy, and as he's leaving she's like, that guy's a rock star or whatever.
Right.
He manufactures things in his mind a little bit, but it's that's what he does with his food. Some of his food I would vomit just looking at, let alone eating it.
Well, he's doing things his fucking way, man.
I
You know?
appreciate him.
You might be turning me around on this guy. I might be a fan, because I'll tell you, everything I'm looking at here is somewhat confusing. That is the biggest spot on the wall to put that
It's
tiny picture
endearing.
of a motorcycle.
He's
But
endearing.
I'm kind of a fan, man.
Is that a picture of a motorcycle, or did he place the light switch cover too far away?
any different results? That definitely tastes like alcohol, YouTube. It's got a slight burn to it.
Dude, if
You know
he
when
gets
you drink
placebo
alcohol and,
drunk,
like-
if he gets placebo drunk off this,
I
that's
think he
the
did.
best.
I think he did,
That's the
honestly.
best.
It burns your mouth and then like burns the back of your.
Because we know like 9 days isn't enough to ferment any reasonable amount of booze.
And especially
We think
not
it's
enough
not,
to be
yeah.
burning.
No, we know
What
it's
else did he
not.
put in there?
Science says it's not.
But
Like-
he uses magic.
He might have sent the bottle forward in time
Thank
to
you.
when it was.
Oh my god.
He compressed time in the immediate vicinity of the bottle.
'Cause
That
here's the
shit's
thing.
been there for like 8 months.
We watch Cobra, we watch Tila Tequila, we watch Gail Cord Schuler. What if in their minds, it's not only real, but the world around them is moved by their mind?
That's what we call crazy.
They could be young. That's what we call crazy because we're not young.
No, I call
gods.
you an enabler for what I don't call you crazy.
They could be young gods. That's the thing. We always think the gods are crazy. That's
Throat
why we
just a
hung
little bit.
Jesus H. Christ.
I don't believe he even existed.
I'm getting that with this. But I want to
They
have
hung
a glass
him?
of
I've
that
been
because that was
misled.
They
Hung him by his wrist with nails.
Oh, right. Got it.
well, the early depictions are in his hands, but then they realize like if you did that, the hands would just like tear.
actually not
So-
that bad.
Dude, it's got to be the wrist and the ankle, right?
Yep.
You can't go right through the hands and feet. You'd fucking
We're not
fall
mad
over.
men over
early
here.
like because the Catholics, which I grew up in, they're like the most gruesome. They love to like show like the most gruesome shit. That's why there's corpses all over the Vatican. If you go to the Vatican, there's like dead popes like in clear boxes laying everywhere.
That sounds pretty metal, bro. I'm in.
It was.
They got a show
I've been
coming
there
up?
twice,
Good.
you know. But yeah, so like in the early crucifixes, because they got to show dead Jesus on the cross.
Early Crucifixes. That's a great name for a band. You guys want to start a band called Early Crucifixes?
Starting to think you might be Catholic, Ghastly.
Huh?
Letting it ferment for 2 weeks. And I got that water piping hot when I rinsed it out. And then I turned the water back down to ice cold. I've been aging it for 2 whole goddamn weeks.
God.
So let's have another glass.
Drank a cup of
2
it.
glasses.
Is he not going to wait? He's going through it today, huh?
He's got to, yeah.
Well, based on the color, I can't tell if that beverage is supposed to be orange flavored or maybe like cheese flavored.
It was originally
You know?
juice. It was originally a bottle of juice that he put
queso
yeast
carrot
in.
juice.
Queso carrot.
Ugh.
Back in the closet where it can age and do its thing. I haven't really been drinking alcohol all day, so this...
I haven't really been drinking all day.
This might get me going, huh? We'll see. That kind of burns my mouth a little bit like alcohol, dude.
It's placebo. It's total
That's
placebo.
what makes me think there's Dorito dust in there.
Did I actually make alcohol? It tastes and smells like it. I'll tell you that right now. So yes, I am confident that I made my first attempt at homemade hooch. Not half bad, dude. Like I've been letting it age for 2 whole goddamn weeks, burping it every day.
What was the flavor? What did he put into it?
Was it mango, I think? Mango juice?
I thought it was like knockoff macaroni and cheese.
It was some kind of juice, and he put yeast in it.
Apple,
And that was
peach,
it.
mango. Apple,
Sure,
peach,
you know,
mango.
the bottle don't explode. I'm starting to feel a little warm, you know, sort of, you know when you drink alcohol and like it burns the back of your throat and then it hits your stomach and then you get this warm, confident sort of feeling in your stomach. Yeah, I would think this is a success. I have no fucking idea.
Is he
how
wearing
strong this
rodent
shit is.
skulls around his neck? Does he, you know, like sacrifice his pets to
No.
the
Oh my
Lord or
God.
anything?
He just got a pet, and people were calling animal
Oh, no.
services on him, and they were
no.
they've come like 5 times already.
What did he get? What kind of animal did
A
he get?
bearded dragon.
Jesus Christ, man. Okay.
Puff. Puff the dragon.
You know, I have to tell you though, it's not. Those aren't too big, but that's not crazy. I would love to have a lizard that was like small dog size, where you walk them on a leash, like a monitor lizard or a Komodo dragon. Those
I would want a little piggy. I want a little piggy. I want a
yeah, they have
lizard.
pigs that size.
I want like a little doggy piggy.
Get a
Potbelly
Gila
bigger.
monster. A little Gila monster.
A Gila monster.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to live in New Mexico, and they had those around there. I guess they're venomous, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I think most of the big lizards like that, like you get fucking salmonella if they bite you or something. Their mouth's full of bacteria that's hazardous to it. It's not that they
RoboCop
have
guy.
teeth, you get all infected. I think is the case with big lizards. I don't know.
RoboCop guy is in the chat calling for the lizard tail sandwich arc.
No. He loves
Because the
Puff.
lizard tails, do they repopulate? Like
No, that's a salamander. That's
so
not
Puff,
a lizard.
Yeah, we can't do Puff's tail then.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
It's an amphibian.
You can get botulism from doing this, so be careful.
Can you explain how to not get botulism?
I don't think he knows that, Ben.
Yeah, he's like, you could get botulism, so be careful. And I'm like, okay, if you're gonna mention that, can you like add instructions? How
I don't think.
Well,
I don't think he's following the rules of not getting botulism.
Then he
right
should
now.
stop making his own booze.
Well, he should.
Well, this ain't exactly FDA approved, man.
Yeah.
What if
the CIA breaks or the FBI breaks his door down for moonshining?
I don't think that's until he tries to fucking sell it and not pay taxes on it. They really don't care until you don't pay the tax. You know what I mean?
Good.
Yeah.
Why do you think they worry about drug dealers? Not because kids get hooked, because they ain't paying taxes on that money, man. So if this guy tries to sell a glass of his hooch, which I'm sure is, cheesy and delicious, I guess, whatever it's supposed to be.
It's Velveeta. I think it's fermented Velveeta.
Yeah.
Fermented for 9
you
days.
Throw away the shells. You take that little packet and squeeze it out like toothpaste into there, man. Sloop.
It's a fermented cheese whiz.
And when it slides down and hits your stomach, it's like, ooh.
I like how
shells
he
and mead.
swirls it in the glass.
He's a sommelier.
When I do this again,
pair this with day-old Bulgarito covered in Dorito, slathered in the finest country crock.
And don't cook it too long. I like my Doritos al dente. You know what I mean? I want a little,
you like
crisp in there.
To the tooth.
Yeah, dude, I love making homemade alcohol, dude. That was beyond fun watching it ferment.
He was not
And
patient.
be like, okay, so how the fuck is this shit gonna fucking turn out, you know? Is it gonna be shit? For my first time making homemade alcohol, I cannot complain, you know what I'm saying? Slam 2 cups of this and see how we do.
Is it it's hard to tell based on how much of we can see. Is it a giant, huge head, or is that a tiny hat? Again, I can't quite tell with these guys.
I heard he's a pretty tall guy. Like, he's taller than he looks. He's probably like 6
because he looks very
foot
short in this shot.
Well, he's sitting.
Didn't they have the huge head conversation in the interview with your favorite son?
I don't remember that.
I thought your favorite son said he had a huge head as well. But I could be completely.
He does look like he has a
conflating
huge head too.
conversation.
I'd say like King Cobra is probably like 6 feet even or something like that.
Okay. All right.
So he's like above average height.
Is he on his knees in this
I think
shot?
he's
Because
sitting.
based on the.
Yeah, he's got a chair.
It's an odd shot or an odd angle. It does make him seem.
Welcome to Casper.
He didn't take my advice. Well, he's trying to correct for something. Instead of just buying a tripod, he sets his phone on his counter to do his cooking videos. So now he has a chair. So he doesn't. So you can see him because when he's normally cooking, you can only see him from like the chest up when he's cooking. So
I got you.
Oh, fuck me. After those 2 glasses, I'm definitely... Ooh. Dude, I gotta have
no,
another cup.
there's no way. Him with the tolerance he has, the super high alcohol tolerance that this guy has. I've seen him pour almost an entire fifth of booze into a glass and like pour a little bit of Mountain Dew on it and drink it all in like 10 minutes. There's no way.
It doesn't mean that he's not feeling woozy and
Placebo.
potentially sick. I feel like he's gone through the equivalent of like 3 boxes of Kraft at this point.
He's cheese
the
sick.
Sodium shock to the brain has got to be killing it.
Can anybody look up the side effects of botulism? Does it feel like you might be getting a little drunk?
Yeah, right.
By the way, speaking of drunk, me and Scott and Kelly and Drew went to Fogo, and Kelly and Drew had never been there before, and they felt
Brazilian, right?
Yeah, they felt the meat drunkenness. After like
how much they eat?
That's very
they ate a good amount, because yeah.
I went with Scott to the Nordic Lodge buffet, and I know Scott will eat a lot.
He ate a lot, yes.
And I can imagine those guys wanting to keep up. I feel like Kelly would have eaten the least out of the 3 boys.
Which is weird, because he seems to be like the guy that works out a lot or something.
Yeah, no, he's the body boy.
Yeah,
He's one of the
he's
body
very
boys.
fit. Yeah, like we got there and everyone was like, "Don't do the salad," and then I was like, "I'm doing the salad bar once," and then everyone like we all did it once, and then after that it was like they put the mashed potatoes on they put all the things to like get you to like not eat more meat on the table.
They give it to you in ascending orders of value. They hope you fill up on that salad. Fuck that salad bar, man.
Well, I always do the salad bar. I fill up my plate and I use it as sort of a living edible napkin. Like whenever there's some meat, I'll throw the meat down into something that needs to
Soak up the blood.
Yeah, well, because like sometimes I won't
That's
want
what the
like,
fucking
full,
mashed potatoes are for, my friend.
because they'll give you these cuts and you don't want the whole cut right then and there because the meat will come so quickly. You gotta pick and choose what you focus on.
That's true. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
I like to have a little accoutrement, and I make it look like a garden, so I don't look like an asshole that has a bunch of unfinished meat on my plate. Because
he did the same thing. He did the same thing when we go to Korean barbecue because we'd order too much meat, and he was like wrapping it up in like napkins and stuff. Like I don't want.
They charge you if you have leftover food.
It's true.
So
It's true. It's true.
I'm like, man,
They have a restocking fee on Korean barbecue.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm
if
not
you
gonna let
waste
them
too
get
much
over on
meat,
me.
yeah, there has
Oh,
to be
man.
like you have to eat like 95% of your meat, or
You
else they're
fucking
gonna.
better be ready to eat it. I can't believe that. You have to fucking get charged to take it back.
Yep.
Mm.
Or I just pour the meat in my stomach, and then when
Pretty
I'm done
much.
pouring the meat in my stomach, I hide the rest wherever I can.
When we would go to Korean barbecue, I was ready to go. Like I hadn't eaten all day, and we would go and just eat and eat and eat. And then I would tap out. Like you were ready.
Oh, yeah. If I was doing Korean or fucking Brazilian or Mongolian, anything like that, where it's a fucking shit ton of meat. Yeah, you know, I missed breakfast. The day I want to go is the day I missed breakfast.
Yep. And we used to go to Mongolian hot pot too. And eat all that.
Those are good, man. Where they put it in the middle, they cook it right there in
Yes,
the thing.
we
that's
would
built
get the
into
half
table.
spicy, half not spicy soup
That
bowl.
shit's good.
The baller soup.
The thing about that was not only would it stuff me, but I'd have to piss really bad because of all the soup I was drinking.
Yeah,
that makes you piss pretty hard.
I don't think I can do that anymore. I don't think I can go to
Too
all you
much
can eat
salt
anymore.
Too much salt.
I'm fucked, dude. I'm screwed.
Yeah. Ghastly. Ghastly, you heard about Billy's heart problem, right?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has to lower his salt intake a lot.
The doctors were all pretty impressed. They all said, "Hey, you're terribly young to achieve such a massive heart failure."
I'll be right back.
Wow, man. So you had to lower it to what? You're down to like 2/3 of a Morton's can per day, right? You're bringing it down a little bit.
Honestly, I am closer to just what the recommended daily salt intake is.
No shit. Yeah.
I think it's
so
like
you're melting
2,300
pounds right now, bro.
No, because I'm allowed to have sugar now.
Oh,
So
well,
I'm like
somebody
eating a
fucked
lot of
up,
fruit.
clearly.
I know. I went to the doctor for a checkup today, and they're like, "Okay, so what you're doing, is not good." And really, what it is I've been like, I've had a week where I've been doing a lot more action and stuff. I went to PAX this weekend. I've been out, and I've kind of been taking on more salt and water because I'm limited. I can only have 2 liters worth of liquid a day. I've been taking on
Including
more
water? I feel like you'd be
Yeah.
limited on water, right?
Oh, because the body has to process that all, and my heart's not
So
powerful
it's still
enough to
taking.
process.
I gotcha. Still taking up part of your RAM and shit, right?
Yeah, it will just
Yeah,
it won't process. It will stay in my body, and I'll carry tons of water weight. And they're like, hey, time to tighten up a little bit, Billy. This checkup is not the best. So I'm thinking of what I did in this last week, and I'm like, I understand why I'm holding in some water weight. So they just upped my diuretics. I'm gonna take more pee medicine.
Wow.
I'm gonna make a lot. I'm on pee.
Now, do you put it directly into the urethra in order for it to be most effective?
Well, the weird thing is it's a mixture. You have to gargle
So some
it.
goes into the you gargle.
Yeah, you have to gargle it and get your saliva in it so it's wet, and then you have to blow it in like a blow dart.
Wow. So there's a little bit of a skills gap there too. You got to get a practice round in.
Yeah, the
I
doctor
gotcha.
said if my dick wasn't so ridiculously long, I'd be dead right now.
You got the footage to be able to curve it around. Give yourself at least a straight shot. Last thing you want is to have to put a little English on it and come off the wall with a poison dart to hit yourself directly in the meatus.
They said if I wasn't rocking a didgeridoo, I'd be didgeridoo dead.
That's great.
Didgeridoo.
It's true. That's actually a lie. That was a bit, guys. My dick is not massive.
Well, you say that now, but you're dropping weight.
I saw you talking about my dick in the Discord
change.
today.
Yeah. Somebody, I don't know
He
who
goes,
it was.
yeah, of course.
somebody in the
Every
Discord,
day, man. What are we talking
somebody in the Discord was being rude, I think in a perverse way. And I said, I wouldn't
Bro,
fuck
you
you
just
with
talking
Ben's.
about curling your dick around and blowing a dart into.
But they were bigot towards me, and I said, I wouldn't fuck you with Ben's massive dick.
I just want to say I'm a small guy, so it looks massive in proportion.
I'm a big guy, so no matter how impressive it is,
it'll never matter.
Well, no, it does matter, obviously, when you're no longer looking at it. Like when it's inside of you, you really appreciate it. But like looking at it, it's like what's going on here? Are you? Is this an appearance from the little mole rat from the Kim Possible cartoon series?
Oh my God, Ghastly, we know this guy who got a dick enlargement operation, and his dick is horrifying.
Oh my God, I'm sure. What is that even? It's now. Okay. First question is the obvious one. Are we talking about a lengthening or I guess a girthening? Oh,
all of the above.
It's not just a total replacement. They chop the dick off and then they just bring in a new one. Click. You have to stab and twist. You have to twist so that
whatever they did, it looks like they decided to make a cocoon for like an H.R. Geiger creature is growing in it. Doesn't look right.
It's a xenomorph
right
dick.
It's a xenomorph.
It's ick.
Wait, at the end of the dick where the opening is, a smaller dick comes out of that.
Yep.
At the end. Yep. And that's how you get fucked up, man.
His name's Barry Mezzi.
Yeah.
And he's a little frumpy man. He's a little chubby.
Is he little?
He looks little.
He looks like
seen
he's
him.
shaped.
I've seen him standing next to Elisa, where he's like shorter than Elisa. Elisa's not like an Amazonian woman or anything.
Huh. I didn't know he was shorter than. I never put it two and two together that he was short because he's just shaped in a way that
why give a shit? You know what I mean? Like
where did the shit come from to put into the dick to enlarge and defy it? I think is what I'm saying here. What did they cut off of him to add?
What
to
did he
dick?
get? Did he get like some kind of press off of his
or is
dick
this
or
donor
like what?
tissue?
I'm not sure. He did a porn, so we saw the porn.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's like I think there was two different girls in these porns, and I'm pretty sure both of them were of the crack whore variety.
Ooh,
and
my favorite.
There was a blowjob scene, and it looked like the girl was like trying to suck the bees out of a honey beehive.
You're saying his dick now has a honeycomb pattern, like the grill of a truck.
The shape was that of maybe,
or is it hexagonal? Is that
of a weird beehive, but fleshy, and like she couldn't get her mouth around much more than the entry part. So it's like she's like having some sort of weird, I don't know, tongue wrestling match with a.
That is very strange.
With a womb, like an outie womb.
Did it stand up? I mean, because the way you're
it was like a pile. It was like a pile of cock, but it wasn't like it wasn't in the impressive way that.
Wait,
it
was more of a pyramid shape.
It's not in the impressive way you would.
Barry
I
Mezzi.
really thought you were just about to show me some dick pics right there.
I love when Elisa was like Elisa Jordana. She's like that's how we met Barry. She's a woman. She used to be on Howard Stern back in the day. She was like a writer for Howard Stern, and we've had her on the show a bunch of times. And she knew that Barry had like aspirations to be a Republican politician someday. So she asked him to meet her at this street, and there ended up being like a gay pride parade. He's like, "You're gonna ruin my political career." But really,
I got to tell you, I cannot imagine what turn this story has to take to end where he gets his dick surgically enlarged.
I
have no idea.
The dick thing happened years ago.
And it gives as crazy as the thing looks, he got ultimate confidence out of it.
Yeah.
He says it was such a great
He's a silly boy.
Yeah, I guess it worked.
No,
I mean it worked. It worked in a way. Mentally, he felt better about himself.
Yeah,
like Like, could you imagine if you bought the world's biggest piece of shit car and you spent way too much money on it, but in your mind you're like, no, I'm very happy with this purchase.
But I feel like
you couldn't admit to yourself that you made a mistake.
How much do you think that?
What it is?
How much do you think that surgery cost him, though?
Hopefully he didn't pay more than $5,000 for it, but
I was thinking in the fucking 7 range, probably.
I mean, yeah, any cosmetic surgery is really depends on where you're at.
And your dick hurts, right?
Yeah, and honestly, what I heard
talking about it, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah,
what I heard was that I heard he paid a guy $700, and the guy just had him stick his dick in a microwave for 4 hours.
No,
and he came out looking like that.
And he just kept pushing popcorn, waiting for it to puff
there
up.
they are.
Yeah,
the happy couple.
Is that the wife? The wife loves it, huh?
That's not his wife. That's Elisa Jordana. She's like a weird, weirdo wrangler, because she was on Howard Stern when Howard Stern was kind of at its peak, and she's good looking. She attracts all the Howard Stern weirdos, and then she does her own thing and turns them into content. Is what happens. So, and I've met Wendy They used to call her Wendy the retard. I think it's now the slow adult.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. She was a lot of the whack packers, which I'm talking about getting Gonzo Shitcock on pretty soon too, who was a prominent Howard Stern caller.
Yeah,
back in the day.
We've had Gonzo in the chat a few times.
Yeah.
I don't know. Recently, Elise has been going through some stuff. The
That
last
shit
video
is
we watched of her
crazy.
on the show, there was this
Well,
old guy that was with her.
Fucking
and
those
this
deformed dicks, man. I'm sure that had
No,
taken a
it's gotten
psychological
worse.
toll on it.
It's worse.
Yeah, I don't think she's actually had sex with Barry Mezzi. But the old guy that was with her in the last video we saw, there was this old gray-haired mustache guy, and I guess right after, days after we watched that clip with him in it, he turned himself into the police for horrible, gross
CP
PDF file stuff.
Yeah, okay, right. Yeah,
really
not good.
nasty.
And by the way,
gross,
I do want to
disgusting
say,
stuff.
these guys, she never hooks up with them. Because she's attractive, she reels them in and uses them for content, and then
I see.
Yes,
But she did get an STD from Captain Content.
We don't
She got
know if that's true.
Well, she got sexually transmitted.
No, we know.
content.
Well,
She got-
okay. Yeah.
After Captain
She
Content
let
went
the-
down on her, she took
She
the
let
script
the
and she
one
ran-
dude she used for content who actually was good at what he did get a little piece at one point. Yeah.
And then she took the IP2 script for a couple of months.
And then, and now she kind of killed his. Dude, she is a fucking a banshee harpy. Yep. Little bit.
There's just a trail of tears around her wherever she goes.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
and just invoices for penile surgery of all types. Maybe she's a plant. maybe it's controlled opposition, or she's guerrilla marketing. The guys who do dick surgery, they're only making so much money. They don't have enough clients. But if they had girls out there in the field that convinced dudes that they would be better off surgifying their cocks, they might be able to bring them a little more business in.
She's been in the entertainment industry for almost 20 years.
That's a lot of dicks.
Yeah, she's been through some shit. She knows the motion of the business. She knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
She used to date Vin Diesel and Ethan Hawke and a handful of other celebrities.
I don't know that that's helping her.
I know. I'm not trying to help here. I'm telling you her war stories.
Yeah, right.
Outlaws on the rise, jealous because I despise your demise. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all the donos tonight. It's been a wonderful.
All right, we're going to set up a lightning round.
3.13% of the way to our goal.
We're going to set. Do I need to torture Canadians on every episode? Is that where the big bucks are?
That sounds like the kind of content I'm here to watch.
The last episode, I just tortured Canadians the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And we, all of you, shut up in the chat. Yeah, I tortured the fuck out of Canadians for one whole episode, and everyone was eating it up. But we can't do that every time, guys. There is a border, my friends. There is a
between
border
the U.S. and Canada. That's how we define who the Canadians are, Ben.
We live through. Yeah, but here like literally, they're only like 2.5 hours away from us, and they come here.
That's true. You're very close.
Yeah, that's why. Like they come here every month. It was funny because when the border was closed, we couldn't go up there, but they could come down here during COVID. The border was closed for 2 years. And they would allow their citizens to come down here. They just had to take a test before they went back up there. But they wouldn't let any of us
find
go
out
up
if
there.
they were really Canadian. Like, what is it? Asking what their order at Tim Hortons is? What is the test?
Honestly, like,
or is there a blood difference? 0.01% maple.
Well, it was a COVID test, but they would
my bad.
They would like. There is a weird thing where like to them. Their country is like pristine, and ours is like gross. And we bring our dirt, our un-American dirt, up there with us every time.
You mean the dirt that fucking protected your bitch asses all this time?
There's a reason they wouldn't let Americans into Canada, but they let Canadians into America. America is dirty.
Kind of in a way. Well, like large population and everything.
Well, you know, things get a little dirtier when you do shit. Canada ain't doing shit.
They had their border closed for like 2.5 years. It was, but they could come down here, but only I think as tourists, not to work, which is weird.
No work visas or whatever, I guess.
Unless you had like a high priority one, no.
Yeah, I had a friend that would go up to Canada to work, and they'd put him in a hotel, and he'd have to quarantine for like a week before when he came in and before he left. So,
which is insane. You're losing 2 weeks of your life just.
Well, I think he got paid to get quarantined. I think it was part of.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's a good deal, right? To do nothing.
Yeah, they're not gonna bring anybody into the country as a specialist unless they can afford to pay.
Yeah, you got to be like an
week.
engineer or a doctor or like something at that level. Yeah.
Something that's valuable at a small scale.
A lawyer.
Indubitably.
Yep.
A lawyer.
I went up to Vancouver for the first time since they reopened the border in April. And it's, dude, I went to a store there. And this is only Vancouver. This isn't only Canada. Like all of Canada. Dude, they were selling cocaine.
I heard about that. Yeah,
a literal store. Cocaine, mushrooms, LSD, peyote, DMT.
Right.
I
think I saw a picture of the menu.
Yeah, maybe you saw that off of my Twitter. I don't know.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
Yeah.
It's all part of the menu.
Yeah. I went up there with Adam from the channel Your Movie Sucks. And we shared a cocaine tea. And after it was done, How
was it?
It was, I mean,
icy cold.
It just tasted like a regular tea, but halfway through it, our pupils dilated and we're like, whoa. And when we first bought it, because we were afraid how fucked up we would get from it, we were like, we'll just split this one. And by the time we were done with it, we were like, let's get another one.
Let's get two more.
Right?
That's literally
and
what
you make
happened.
it a double, fellas.
Yep. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Did you see that Adam from Your Movie Sucks finally did his Barbie review?
No, I didn't see that.
Yes, his podcast. He reviewed the movie Barbie. Great reviews. He's got a sane take on the Barbie movie. All these Ben Shapiro types don't understand cinema. They're beautiful.
Calling Barbie cinema already? All right. I didn't see it. I only saw the Oppenheimer. I saw the Oppenheimer, not the Barbie.
Yeah, I saw Barbie first, and then I walked out of my theater, the theater next door, like the
I didn't get a
room
chance
I was
to do
in.
the doubler. I was gonna.
I walked right into Oppenheimer. While I was in Oppenheimer, my buddy was like, "Hey, I got tickets to IMAX to Oppenheimer tomorrow. You want to go see it?" So I texted him back. I was like, "Yeah, I'll go see it." So I watched it the next day. I watched Oppenheimer in IMAX, and then I watched Barbie 2 more times. Barbie's a 2-hour movie. Oppenheimer's a 3-hour movie.
3, yeah.
I've spent 12 hours watching those movies so far.
It's heavy, man.
They're both very well done.
I'm sure I will see the Barbie eventually once it's on whatever at home. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the theater again. You know how
it's not really, it's a cinema experience. Like the movie's very well done, very fun. The director, Greta Gerwig, and her husband, Noah Baumbach, both wrote it. And they both have done great work. They're great director, writers, great movie filmmakers. And they picked this movie up, which originally, I guess Amy Schumer was attached a few years back to make the Barbie movie, and that would have been a drastically different film.
With her as Barbie?
Yeah,
I think it probably would have been a comedy, right?
Oh,
but this was a comedy, and it was also a it was interesting. It came out the same day as Oppenheimer because both of these movies talked about a creation that changed the way we think about the world forever.
Right. And may ultimately, I saw a movie and it was about creating something that was so great that it could ultimately destroy the world. And the other was Oppenheimer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The blonde bombshell, or the atomic blonde versus the atomic bomb.
Right.
I wanted to get your opinion on this. I think we should outlaw gender reveal parties. There's been too many disasters.
Dude, I saw one this week where a fucking plane crashes.
Yep,
man.
that's what I was about to play.
Oh my God.
This is the ultimate.
They don't even stop the party. Did the pilot die? Fuck.
Yep.
Showing the moment
Yeah, he
the gender
died.
reveal party went terribly wrong in Mexico.
Cameraman didn't even say anything. Look at this right here. Whoop! There goes the wing. Upside down.
A couple hired a pilot to drop colored dust.
And they're all hugging like, it's all about us.
I'm wondering if they didn't see the crash, right?
I don't think so.
They had to.
No, because they look up, they see the pink smoke, and they immediately start to embrace to celebrate their baby girl. I think the part where they see the pink smoke, they immediately embrace, and they miss the rest of it.
Yep.
Unless he was just holding her tight, like "Don't look, don't look."
Watch
but
this.
I almost feel like they completely
the
fucking
couple,
missed
yeah,
it.
they probably don't know. I mean, the person holding the
Oh
phone.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah.
The wing totally
They definitely
collapsed.
don't.
Freak accident.
A couple
And
hired
don't
a
shit
pilot
yourself.
to
If
drop
that had happened a half mile ago, it had crashed right into their fucking party too.
Stop having gender reveal parties. Stop.
Well, I think if you know who gets their way, we can save the gender reveal parties until the baby's old enough to choose their own gender.
There you go.
That saves everybody. And
Yeah,
God
like get rid of christenings and quinceañeras and bar mitzvahs and all that stuff. Just you make up your own gender reveal for yourself when you feel ready.
This could be a good moneymaker for Bethesda. They could make a video game that's just when you're old enough, you can play it and win your own gender.
Wow.
What was wrong with that plane? Holy shit, it just like crumpled.
What was wrong with the person afterwards that after a plane crash, the delayed crash, they shoot off the confetti cannon after the plane crashed?
We did
Look at it.
Like
there's
and
no
when
way-
they open, is it right when he opens the shit to drop the pink stuff?
Yeah, right
Okay,
here.
I guess the confetti cannon was already going off. Never mind. Fuck yeah.
Right here.
Oh god.
That one wing just gave out.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
was pulled from the wreckage
Yep.
and rushed to the hospital, but was later
Now-
pronounced dead.
Can I just ask the question we're all thinking? If it was a boy, would the pilot be here today?
That's right. The blue dust wouldn't have eaten through the hole in the same fashion, man.
I'm saying.
Instead of a glitter finish, they should have gone with a matte finish to the dust.
I'm saying it would have changed something.
Once again, we see how traditional gender roles would have saved lives.
GG right there. That's the truth.
God damn it.
I like that we watched that right after Barbenheimer conversation, because that was a little bit Oppenheimer, a little bit Barbie on that one.
What is the thing is though? What's the cost on doing one of those? Is this what people who own small planes have shifted their business to? So
They
it's
need
an
the money, yeah.
There's no more skywriting, really. People don't do that anymore. So they needed something else to do with their planes and their colored dusts. So they come up with this marketing campaign to convince people that they want to do gender reveal parties. Show a couple of them and then bang.
This was in Mexico, right?
Yes.
Well,
honestly, I'm pretty
their
sure what
sign was
happened.
in English.
Pretty sure what happened was this guy came back a couple kilos short on his delivery.
Had to do a favor for
the boss said, my niece is getting married.
Right.
You drop 48 pounds of pink dust over her party, we'll forget the kilo is missing. But we will never forget. We will never forget. And what really happened was more than a kilo was missing. So they tricked the wing to go off right as it opened up because it was a fucking mob hit.
Billy, that's why you got to do artificial dinner theater, dude.
Right?
That's what I'm talking about, right?
Right?
here.
And beyond that, speaking of plane conspiracies, did you hear two parts? There was the poo-poo plane. Did you hear about the diarrhea plane? They had to turn around.
Oh, they said it was a biohazard, so they had to land immediately. Somebody shit so hard.
I saw the video of this plane after it was done. There was a literal trail of mud, poop, all the way across. Like there was like 9 feet.
So they ran through the They ran through the plane. Did they not make it?
No, they did not make it. They had to turn the plane around and land the plane. They had to turn it back around and land it, emergency landing. And then earlier today, there was a report that United Airlines couldn't contact their pilots by traditional means. Okay. I think that this was espionage, and there was a brown angel that ate some sort of, I don't know, laxative on the plane before the flight. It kicked in mid-flight while the ruckus was going on of someone having explosive turds down this aisle. Somebody got the flight logs and found a way to hack into the plane so they could hack the plane the next day. This is all part of a bigger
larger
thing.
plan, right? She was just a distraction, not even on the flight they were looking for, just the same actual physical plane they were going to be using. That was enough. That was enough for them to have to have a lack of security lapse, and just enough for someone to get the intel they needed to hack the next day. I'll tell you, no matter how many years you work security, you train for every situation, but there's only so much shit that any man can handle. There's a level of brown that can fall down that make anybody have to take a break.
Honestly, Ben, would you want to show a video? There's no actual pooing in the video, but there is a real mess on this airplane. Would you want to show that on the show? Because it's nuts what happened.
I don't want to look at poop.
That sounds rough. It does.
To be fair, it looks more like.
I'm going to show a video where someone
mud.
puts a giant cow into a car.
Police division responded to a call of a man driving eastbound on 275 with a Watusi ball in his
Watusi
passenger seat.
The officers received a call reference a car driving into town
that's
that
a
had
tough one. I actually don't know if that's illegal or not.
a cow in it.
I
they
fucking
thought that it was
dare
gonna
you.
Be, like a calf,
Also,
something small,
doesn't
something
cow
that
mean a female? Right? Isn't cow usually?
It's a longhorn.
Or is that the umbrella term? Is cow the umbrella term? Because that is definitely not a female.
actually fit inside the vehicle.
And the vehicle was big enough.
If the horns
well,
are to tell us
technically.
anything, that's an extremely virile specimen.
Fuck you. Was there horns on the car as well?
The officer performed a traffic stop.
Can we go back?
And
Can we go back?
Oh, wait, was that the police car with the horns on it? Or was that
I'm
the
not
guy's
sure.
car? If that was the fucking cop car, that's great.
Okay, we gotta go back a little. Is that
Arnold Lice?
Okay, so the cop car's got horns on it.
I feel like this car is a decommissioned cop car that was repurposed.
Okay.
It did look like a Caprice Classic or a Crown Victoria or something.
Crown Victoria. Yep.
Well,
so the car has horns and
Ford,
it's
yeah, that's a
modified to
Crown
fit the
Vic.
bull. And it's
Arnold Lice. Do you have lice?
The lice. Yeah.
Oh my God! What if this cow was covered in lice?
The officer performed a traffic
Kids see
stop.
this, they're going to be washing
and
their fucking
addressed
hair.
some traffic violations that were occurring.
And that's what the
with that particular situation.
The occupant of the vehicle was identified as Lee Meyer of Neely. The Watusi Bull's name was Howdy Doody. He was immediately pulled over by Norfolk police, and they performed a routine traffic stop.
The officer wrote him some warnings. There were some citable issues with that situation. The officer chose to write him a warning and ask him to take the animal back home and to leave the city.
And with it being covered in shit, like, how much of it, what percentage of the bull's fecal material do you think gets into the lice car?
He fucked up this car to fit this cow in here. Like, what the fuck?
I think. Well, he's got to get it to the rodeo,
right?
You got to get to the rodeo.
What's the law there? Do you have to put cattle into one of those big flatbed things, or can you put them in a car? If you can get them in there,
does the license plate read boy dog?
Yep.
Boy and dog.
I think that's the Texas symbol in between. For the license plate symbol, I think it's boy dog.
Aaron Howdy Doody.
That's not a boy dog. He's trying to distract the cops to make them think that's not a cow and it's a boy dog.
It might work.
Like, this isn't a bull, it's a boy dog. Read the license plate. Oh my God. I love how he modified it so the butthole would stick just out, so that
just a bit.
The centrifugal force would push the bowl back. So all the shit would not get in the car.
Right,
it would
that's
just
what I'm
roll
saying.
down the window. That's
what do you
smart.
think the percentage is that gets into the lice car?
There's
Because
probably
it's not 100% that's making it out, but that's not a bad setup.
But you know this motherfucker's got a little snack bin on the inside to catch all the nuggets.
Oh,
and then and just choose it like cud. Sick fuck. Sick fuck.
Check this out.
Real sicko.
Somebody opened a strip club in like a townhouse in a residential neighborhood, and people are freaking out about
If
it.
quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, it's a duck. It's a strip club.
Cool.
That's what some people in San Jose say has taken over their quiet neighborhood, and only the ABC 7 News I-team has the story
if
tonight.
it spends like a
Good
buck,
evening,
if it rains like a buck, it's a buck.
Yeah.
That's a strip club.
And I'm Larry Beal. Thanks for joining us. Neighbors say loud parties every weekend. It's been going on for months despite endless calls to 311, 911.
Is it a house or an apartment?
A townhouse.
And more.
Okay,
and we
so
should
connect. What's in the contract?
warn some viewers
what I mean?
that some of the images and the content.
Yeah, are they operating the strip club on the bottom level or the upper level? Like,
yeah.
ABC 7 News I-team reporter Melanie Woodrow is here with the story you'll see only on 7. Melanie?
Did they rent out the townhouse next to themselves to make a VIP lounge?
Residents tell me if they didn't see this party house with their own eyes, they wouldn't believe it. The I-team got a look at what's happening Thursday through Saturday night from after midnight until the early morning hours, both outside.
She's giving us the time, day, address. Here's how much it costs.
And
to
I'll
get
be
in.
dancing
They
there
only have
tonight.
These kinds of bourbon. Yeah, right.
Inside
Look at her
these
face.
parties.
Pause game on point again. She's definitely been there.
I also spoke with.
she looks like she'd date Jonah Hill in a Sidekick movie.
Them about what's going on. Exotic dancers, alcohol, and stacks of ones. Before Fresh Promotions' private party was up and running on Camille Circle in San Jose.
Private party.
True.
Neighbors
Not
say
open
they
for
heard
the public.
Is everybody over 21?
In the middle of the night for months.
What they were building, I had no idea.
So we called the general manager, and he thought maybe it was them lifting weights.
Andy Benzinger is laughing because he believes he now knows what was being built. Residents provided the ABC 7 News I-team with pictures of empty exercise and dance pole boxes thrown out in a communal garbage. Once construction stopped, the music started.
It's not Mozart. It's strip club music.
Neighbors say they found
angry.
Now that part doesn't matter. Are you saying if it was Mozart, you'd be fine with it being loud all the time? Is that really all it is? It's just the songs you don't like?
I got some bad news about what Mozart did in his private time.
He did, yeah.
Video from inside the parties by clicking on a map within the Snapchat app. All of these videos public, most of them too explicit to show.
Thick, thirsty Thursdays.
It's literally every weekend.
Benzinger is an attorney whose relative lives on Camille Circle. He's now representing approximately 12 units.
Nice area.
This is an unlicensed commercial activity right in the middle of a group of townhomes. It's flabbergasting. It's unbelievable.
ABC 7
Private
News.
party. How many Karens in there have their little fucking Tupperware parties or their Amway bullshit?
Yeah.
How many of them are selling Mary Kay?
People coming and going from the complex during the middle of the night. At the base of the stairs, individuals wearing shirts that say security, escorting them to the party by flashlight.
It's mild for me. I don't want to live like this.
It's why this resident agreed to talk with me, but asked me not to show her
Is she
face.
wearing a fucking, like, one of those pipe stack hats?
I thought she was wearing a bag on her head.
Because of concerns for her safety. For months, she said she called 311, 911, and even police directly.
When you're calling, what are you telling the 911 call operator?
I'm telling them that there is a strip club at this particular unit.
And what is the response of the 911 call operator when you say there's a strip club?
Six of us will be there immediately.
Basically, they take the call.
Yeah. Take cover.
And they tell me that they will deal with it.
But she says despite her efforts, every weekend the parties continue.
Did police come out for
Every time I call the police, six of them show up.
Yeah.
6 of them show up and they're there for hours. Yet the next week it happens again.
Somehow it happens again. Yep.
Last week the cops called me and said, "Do you have a complaint yet?" We're waiting.
Right? Yeah, we're just sitting here waiting on you.
Honestly, there's probably more than a strip club here, right? There's probably like
a bed and breakfast.
Well, a bed and something else other than breakfast. Yeah.
How big is this fucking townhome?
Well, I mean, there's probably dancing on the ground floor, but what's going on upstairs?
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea.
The IT asked San Jose
There's no
police to
sex
look
in
up
the champagne room. But
several
there's
police
bunk beds
numbers
in the
provided
champagne
to us
room.
by the
What could
resident.
be
A
going on in
spokesperson
those
said they
bunk
were
beds
either
if no
noise or
sex?
music complaints. I asked further about 3 calls to 911 in one weekend. One on August 18th at 4:42 a.m. A spokesperson told the IT
They're
police
complaining during Leo season? There's no such thing as an in-home strip club during Leo season. That's Leos being Leos. And then you want to shut them down into Virgo parties? No, this is like, you're not going to shut down a church. You're going to shut down a family for praying in their home. This to a Virgo, to a Leo, this is equal as prayer.
not respond to that 911 call because the supervisor requested the information be turned over to the Bureau of Investigations for follow-up. Police said another call on August 19th at 4:58 a.m. was solely a music complaint, and there was no police response. In a final call to 911 on August 20th at 4:08 a.m., San Jose police said communications personnel called the reporting party back for an update on the noise disturbance prior to dispatching officers.
Shitty is my question. Like, this is reasonably new. At this point, they haven't sold phones that have video this shitty for fucking years. Why does it look so terrible?
When unable to reach the caller for a status update, the call was canceled. In a follow-up email to ABC 7 News, a spokesperson referred to the noise disturbance as a low-priority call.
There isn't the sense of urgency that I think this kind of a situation...
That's true. Nobody's getting hurt. That's kind of a big line to draw if you're the cops. What city was this? San Jose?
Yeah.
Entitled to.
San Francisco Bay.
A San Jose police spokesperson told the I-Team public information officers and other department personnel were not available for interviews. By email, the spokesperson told the I-Team SJPD was first made aware of the allegations in early August and that an investigation into what they call the illegal business is open and ongoing. But the person hosting the party,
if they're about their shit, they should be able to get enough money after 2 months before it takes them to get shut down to get a club started. If they're actually popping this shit off enough.
That's fair enough, man. Get a real place. You know, and maybe that's all this is. They need to keep it going for a few weeks. Once this gets shut down, fuck it. Use the money you've made. Just go open a joint, dude.
Told me he's not doing anything illegal. I called the number listed on the invitations and spoke with someone for 22 minutes who identified himself as Fresh. He told me the private parties are for friends and family and that his mom, who lived in the townhome, recently passed away. He denied charging money to get in or for bottle service and told ABC 7 News that $200 for bottles referred to tokens, not dollars. He said the exotic dancers are entertainers, family, and friends, not employees.
Right.
He called these security guards his brothers.
We're having a get-together.
who work a graveyard shift at clubs, and that if they're outside, it's because they're smoking.
If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, it's a duck. It's a strip club.
In addition to SJPD residents,
fresh. That's fresh. He's having a family reunion.
Filed complaints with other agents.
Reunion. Honestly, that woman got 22 minutes on the phone with Fresh for free. She owes him money.
That's already a deal.
Channel 5 needs to do an expose on Channel 7, getting away with 22 minutes of Fresh's money.
San Jose's code enforcement deputy director told the I-Team code enforcement has opened a case to investigate any potential zoning, building, or municipal code violations within its purview. Also, that it is coordinating with SJPD on the issues at the townhome.
Then coordinate. Take care of this problem now before it gets worse.
The Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control told the I-Team it could not confirm or deny if it's investigating, but reiterated that it looks into every complaint received. Also, that the sale of alcoholic beverages in California without an appropriate license is a misdemeanor violation of the Business and Professions Code.
The cops were like, look, we showed up. We were going to bust them. We were going to arrest them. But when they opened the door, they got our pronouns correct. So we have to let them operate.
Hey, you know, we identified ourselves as police, as is protocol, along with our pronouns, and they respected that. Right? It's very important to them.
They respected our pronouns. They're allowed to do whatever they want.
Attorney for the Homeowners Association told me he had no comment. Enforcement aside, a person who told me she's been helping the landlord said an eviction process is underway, but also takes time. Texting me, quote, "We are doing everything we can to get these people out ASAP while we are waiting for the court clerk to process the paperwork." An effort the parties
they're going to have enough money set up to get into a real place next. Big money hustlers.
Yeah. I wonder if that'll start to become a thing. You know, it's easy to get a little cheap apartment, so just put it in whatever's name, use it for a little while to make some money as a club, right? Once you have some cash, you could get commercial real estate and just fuck off the stupid eviction or whatever.
Yeah, I think this is a good hood move. I think Fresh is about his business. I would say
Fresh
is about
definitely turning a profit regardless.
Did
Fresh
you
is
say
already turning
business?
Yeah, Fresh is about his business.
Neighbors' concerns, he apologized and offered to keep the music down. He also said he expects to leave within the next 20 days. Thursday afternoon, a sheriff's deputy walked.
He's like, look, I gotta be real. Business been good. Fresh gonna have a bigger club in 20 days. We're gonna turn this townhouse.
Time to freshen up.
In 20 days, we're going to turn this townhouse to the town's house.
I hate how Fresh is a name now. What is that?
Oh, Fresh has been a name for...
Is that like Snap, Crackle, Pop as your name?
It's like Kid and Play and Fresh, you know?
No.
Fab Five Freddy. Like this Fresh has been a name. Fresh is grandfathered in it.
What can he do? His mama named him Fresh all those years ago.
His grandmother
up the stairs and placed an eviction notice on the window, giving the people inside until September 6th to leave or be forced out. In the meantime, people who live here are at their wits' end.
I really feel traumatized by it. This is not safe. It's dangerous.
It only takes one time for things to go terribly wrong here.
So
you know that guy got a lap
inside
dance.
has
he went there.
Yeah, that's how they're getting away with it with the cops. Just give the cops free booze and lap dances. That's it.
Fresh is like, hold up, homie. Ain't you that guy that was mad at Bethesda for asking him if he was a dude or not on that video game?
That's it. Yes, that was me.
I know you got a little dick. Sit down. Let Thunder Thigh Thicky piss a brick on your pee-pay. On your pee-pay. And then she comes over and she farts so big on his wiener that like he takes her on a trip. He's like, oh, I love you so much, baby. Let me take you to the Maldives.
She farts so big on his wiener.
Yeah, she farts so big on his wiener. He buys her a ticket to the Maldives and he loves her farts. He's like, baby, eat more. He says, baby, eat more of this fermented couscous. KingCobra bottled it up fresh.
Wow. Fermented couscous?
Yeah,
we have this fermented
really
couscous from the KingCobra
Which
winery.
ocean is the Maldives in, Billy?
So they're flying to the Maldives. She's got a belly full of KingCobra couscous, and she starts shitting all over the plane. She can't get to the bathroom fast enough. She leaves a trail of brown, and everybody on the plane says, "Oh no, it's the brown angel. She's here to take us down." And that's how we got here.
Then it ends up in the news, and it all comes full circle. Here we are.
True.
You've uncovered it. Once again, you've solved the mystery.
I am Sherlock Holmes.
They almost got away with it too.
If it wasn't for that metalhead kid, Billy the Fridge.
Dun dun dun.
Are you a metalhead?
I'm a metalhead kid, Billy the Fridge. That was the story of Scooby-Poo and the Mystery Machine.
Metalhead was a Ninja Turtle character too. It was like the robot
he was the
Ninja Turtle.
Robo Turtle.
Yeah.
I don't think he made an appearance in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
The movie, I don't know, but the game, yes. He is.
They made Ice Cube voice like the main bad guy in the new Ninja Turtle movie. But by the time the movie got out, Ice Cube got canceled. And they wouldn't let Ice Cube do like any of the regular media outlets. So he was showing up on Twitter talking to Tucker Carlson. And he was showing up in like all the weirdest places to promote the movie. It's so funny.
How did Ice Cube get canceled now? His shit, like he was back in the... All those old songs are about like... I don't know, getting high and drunk and fucking bitches and killing dudes and selling drugs and all of that. All that's fine, but what? He had an opinion about something? What happened?
I think he's been speaking out against the record industry and maybe talking conspiratorially about how they lock people in contracts and have them act certain ways and make music like that to devalue the population and populate prison systems.
You had me going in the first half there. I don't know if it's all like a targeted... Well, of course, I would say record corporations attempt to be predatory to make as much money as possible, and they rip artists off. Sure, I'll give you that. But is it because of they're connected to a privatized prison scheme? I don't know. That's a crazy fucking plan.
I haven't
it's crazy
watched,
enough to work, but
I haven't watched a lot of what he said. But from what I saw, is he had proof that since the 90s they've been working to push violent music hand in hand with the prison system to keep the prisons populated, and the same people that invest in the record labels are investing in big prison to do so.
Interesting.
Is what I picked up from the very limited amount of Ice Cube stuff I've watched.
Right. I would be interested to see what said proof is. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's an interesting theory, but you can't just hear shit like that and go, oh my God, that's it. It must have been the whole time. Nah, I don't know that.
Zen Bear says he's not really canceled. You can't be canceled and still go on TV to talk. You can be canceled from appearing on certain media outlets, right? Like certain media outlets aren't going to let him say stupid shit like that. But others are like, wait a second. And when I say stupid shit, he could be 100% right. But wouldn't it be stupid to fucking call that out? Wouldn't that be stupid?
Right.
Oh, fuck. But yeah, the new Ninja Turtle movie, it was decent. I think
is it the one where they have the very young voices. A couple of them sound like very
they're
small
little
kids.
high school kids.
I saw the trailer.
They're little high school kids. April O'Neil is like a nerdy girl. I don't know.
I don't know why they kept skewing her younger and younger. I thought so much of what her story was that she was like a tough reporter. She's the only one that believed they were there. I hate that component of the story is not there. You know,
well, she's more of like a high school reporter in this one, and she's their age since they're teenagers. So,
but they were always teenagers.
In this one, because they're woke, Leonardo's got a crush on April, and they kind of push that.
They kind of had that already, though.
Yeah, but she didn't push back, right? In this one, it kind of sets the tale that she might hump the turtle.
You're not gonna convince me it's good.
I mean, it's fine.
I don't know. Besides,
Billy likes every new
Leonardo
movie
is
that comes
canonically
out.
interested in
It's not true.
Karai,
It
right?
is.
I have a highly nuanced take on cinema.
This is what when you criticize Billy, he's like, "No, I'm just like way better than everybody." Like,
Well, you can't criticize me and not respect a response.
Okay.
Hey, Bobby Two Hands, thank you for almost getting 33% of our goal up. That's awesome. Thank you for the big time dono. Increase our goal by 33%.
That was big.
You almost there,
That was
dude.
That
Hell
was
yeah.
a 30% increase of all of today's donos. But yeah, April's not trans. She's just a dumpy, nerdy nerd of color.
Okay.
And it's fine. Like the animation styling reminds me of the Spider-Verse movies a lot.
Yeah,
but
that was my main thing.
Doesn't
with
it
the
have like
trailer.
texture to it though? Almost like it looks almost like it's claymation in a way.
Not exactly,
yeah.
but
The frame rate was strange.
Yeah, there was stuff that went like that in the Spider-Verse too. Spider-Verse played with different things based on the different worlds.
Yeah, I don't love that style, man.
I liked it, so I was excited to see the Turtle movie. They played with some of that in it. As far as the Turtle movie goes, the story is not as strong as the Spider-Verse story was, I don't think. But it's fun.
Is it the same old story? You know, Shredder shows up with the Foot Clan to.
No, they don't. They don't do that in this one. They start with the Fly is kind of like the
Baxter Stockman.
Baxter Stockman,
Yeah.
but they start in a way that switches it up. It's not traditional.
Who they race swapped originally? He was a black guy and they turned him white.
They brought him back as a black guy in this, but also they brought him back as a black guy in the other one, right? They had didn't Tyler Perry play him in the?
I haven't seen the recent shit. I'm talking
Megan
about
Fox
like the
one?
original run. In the original, like in the comic, he was black. In the original, like pilot episode, he was black, and then they changed him to a white guy later on. And then I don't know what happened after that.
He turned into a fly is what happened after that, so it didn't matter.
Just a quick reminder, everybody. Our new piece of merch for this month at the $33.33 level is a Smoke Pan Everyday Classic Drunken Peasants sticker. If you want one of these, autographed, non-autographed, it's your choice. Sign up now. Patreon.com/DP. $35.33 level. Check that out.
Bam. Slipped it right into the ad read. It's nice.
Yes.
Cleanly done.
Excellent.
Check this out.
Okay, so Gen Z refuses to go to war for its own country.
Shit, my bad.
Yeah.
There we go.
United States of America.
Start it over.
Okay, so Gen Z refuses to go to war for its own country, the United States of America. Well, you be sure to thank the vets and the people who served our country to give you the right to be a whiny little pronoun-obsessed, lazy, entitled bitch.
Damn.
War was never necessary.
This is how you talk down on pronouns. Okay? You don't cry about it and rage screech because there was 2 seconds in your video game and make it seem like the video game failed you. You directly talk to them and call them a pronoun bitch.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is how a man does it.
Goddamn. Tiny hat be damned. He did it.
You gotta do what you gotta do. And once you turn 18, if you dodge the draft, they will catch your ass. And if they need you...
There hasn't been a draft in like 60 years.
You will be drafted. You have no choice. You know...
This used to be a regular cowboy hat, by the way. It was just like a normal cowboy hat.
You're so obsessed with protecting your rights to pronouns.
He like folded it up.
And here you are fighting a war over it on the internet, but you won't go to war for your country. It's mind-bogglingly hypocritical.
Mind-bogglingly?
That's different. One's text, one's bullets, but I see your point.
Points. There's something to think about.
There you go.
Talk to me. Just something to think about. Now,
I mean, the face even says that he just confidently told you something that was completely wrong. Not something that he, doesn't know anything about or didn't research. Something that he went in, found the answer, and is confident that this is right, and it's not. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If it was like, look, dude, scorpions have 6 legs, okay? That makes them insects. No, dude, you're incorrect. That is not correct.
They have
but
8
he's
legs.
so sure. Yeah, they're arachnids. But he's so fucking sure, That's the face.
I accidentally killed one. It was on my bed, and I laid down on it and killed it, and then woke up with a dead scorpion under me. Yeah.
Very rarely have ever seen one. We don't really have too many.
I lived in New Mexico in like what they called a casita. It was like a little.
Oh, you were in the fucking desert, man.
I was in a little hut house that behind like the manor house, and we used to get.
You lived in a hut?
Yeah. I was in the weird hut house that was rented out behind the main house, and we would get those weird cockroaches too. They would just like crawl out of nowhere. It was fucking awful.
Now, when you say hut, are we talking like thatched roof level hutness?
No, it was a flat like stucco roof.
Oh, I gotcha.
The whole building was 3 rooms. It was like the living room and the kitchen were one room, and then there was like a very small bathroom, and then a very small bedroom with a fireplace in the bedroom because there wasn't a heater. Yeah, it wasn't a mud hut. Someone said adobe mud hut. It wasn't a mud hut, but it was like a stucco adobe hut. Yeah.
A shanty. A fucking. That's not quite right. I feel like that implies a metal roof.
It's a casita.
A casita.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
And I learned something today.
Yeah. In that's why when you said a bunch of Spanish stuff earlier, I was like, wow, he might have lived in. Well, I lived in the Southwest. And like
I live in South Texas. The voice actor that plays
how
me,
far from El Paso?
All the way.
All the way on the other side.
In real life, I live in Houston, so the desert is all the way over there. So I just know, very little Spanish, just over the course.
Yeah.
Part of my mom's side of the family is Mexican, so I heard a little bit of it growing up and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about the language. I know about tamales and breakfast.
I love tamales.
That's.
I learned
You were
how to
talking
make my
about
own.
You were talking about the hut earlier. Multiple people in our chat at the same time try to make a Pizza Hut joke.
No.
Wow.
Multiple people pulled the trigger on that one. Was it a Pizza Hut?
Casita Hut.
Hey, got him.
Got him. Extra pepperoni. Got him. Oh.
I'm just thinking about
I looked this up. The best casitas in New Mexico.
Okay. Yeah, see, I never saw anything that was those kind of building materials.
Oh my God, really?
That's desert. Well, I live near the coast, man, so it's very wet.
Everything's dry, made out of stucco, and
Taco Bells used to be built like this for a while.
There's always a little fireplace that looks like this because a lot of them don't have heaters, and they're like perfectly square, flat roof,
much drier.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's small, but that's not bad.
Here,
It's
having a
doable.
pitched roof is crazy.
Yeah.
Like they don't normally have. Oh, this is in Aztec, New Mexico. I know where that is. Yeah.
Yeah, flat rate. Now, see, here having a flat roof would look strange to me. Everything.
Exactly. Yeah, that wouldn't be the same here either in Seattle where it rains.
Sure, rains constantly.
9 months of the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, normally it's flat roof. They have like these wood posts coming through the top.
Yeah, see, this one especially, this porch we're looking at right here, if I saw this here in the city I live in, it would be like a tourist attraction thing. It would be a gimmicky little restaurant or something. Hipster taco stand that way overdid it because there's nothing that looks like that.
This is in Taos, which is in northern New Mexico. It's like the big ski town in New Mexico because like it borders Colorado. So up north is where all the really tall mountains in the Rocky Mountains are. Yeah, look at the ceiling. Yeah, I've seen a lot of this kind of shit for sure.
I very rarely have seen stuff like that.
And the tiled floor. The casita that I lived in, the floor was brick. The floor of the entire casita was a brick floor. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
And the kitchen would we would get cockroaches and it was gross. So I had to buy borax, which is this weird soap that cockroaches want to eat, but
detergent-y kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
Cockroaches want to eat it, but it kills them. So I bought a whole bunch of it and spread it around everywhere, and it made them all go away. But cockroaches in the desert, they're very, very, very common. They're like as common as getting ants in your house, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Do you have a taste for cilantro, Ghastly?
I'll eat a little bit of it from time to time.
It grew wild in the mountains. In New Mexico, you could pick it wild in the mountains there.
Cilantro. I mean, let's see the sprigs of it in every taco place you go to here or anything.
1 in 6 people think cilantro tastes like soap.
Yeah.
And I can remember early on thinking cilantro tasted like soap. But then
some people just think that.
I had it later and I didn't have that. So I was wondering if I had like an early taste bud that I got rid of when I was young.
That's possible. All I know is cilantro or not, I will put up with it because a life without breakfast tacos really is it's no kind of life at all. I could never give it up. I don't care.
I've eaten soap and food on purpose before. I'm a sicko.
Oh, goddamn, I want there's a place across from me that stays open late and they'll make you barbacoa at like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty fun. Oh, that delicious face meat.
We have a 24-hour place by here.
Pork, so good.
Beef cheek meat. Barbacoa.
Beef cheeks?
Yeah, like
barbacoa.
real barbacoa.
It's fucking good.
When you up here, when you see barbacoa on the menu, it usually isn't actually cheek meat. But
sure, I gotcha.
Yeah,
are you telling me Chipotle barbacoa isn't cheek meat?
No, it's not.
When I go to the Chipotle,
it's not.
It's not. There's
Chipotle,
no fava beans.
I doubt it.
It's not. Yeah, same even here with like the authentic Mexican places we have up here. The barbacoa, it's just like slow cooked beef. It's not actual face meat.
Well, at least they're trying. But yeah, the real stuff is fucking good. It's real.
The Chipotle barbacoa mainly comes from the shoulder.
Yep.
Because those cuts have enough fat to keep the meat moist during our long braising method, making the end result seriously juicy and tender.
It's not cheek meat. Got to be cheek meat.
Yeah, I wanted to be off that face. I want to eat the face.
Got to be the face.
It's delicious. It's surprisingly delicious. You wouldn't think that the face would be soft like that, but it's real good.
Oh, there's a second line here at Chipotle. It says, for our cheek meat enthusiasts, you can get our barbacoa with fava beans and a nice Chianti.
No. Fuck that. That sounds like something Chipotle would say. Jesus. Gross.
Well, nonetheless, it's good.
Nom nom.
I don't know. Do we not eat the faces of any other animals? I don't think we really eat other faces.
I suck face.
What about like a pig's? Is a pig's cheek a kind of meat that we eat?
Not normally.
I don't think so.
Here's the breakfast place I would go to in Albuquerque. You see the burger with a runny egg on it. I would not eat
like
that.
A burger with an egg.
I don't.
Wake up to flavor at Twisters.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Twisters was Pollos in Breaking Bad. Those restaurants when they would
those buildings.
Yes,
cool.
Yes, it was Twisters. Actually, some of them still have like the fake branding on the inside. But yeah,
Old World Old World meets New Mexico. At Twisters, we type ingredients for the burrito into an AI and make you the burrito based on what the AI tells us to do.
That would be insane.
Sounds like a good business plan.
Like, yeah, we just whatever you want, we'll put it in the menu and have AI give us the recipe and we'll make it.
See, like, I got addicted to like green chili cheeseburgers there, because like, where else do you get green chili on your cheeseburger? Not too many places. Whataburger has it. Yep.
Yeah, they do.
Yep. Oh, there's no Whataburger here. I got addicted to Whataburger.
I love Whataburger.
Me
man.
too.
I know that it can be an argument sometimes, but there's
Billy thinks Jack in the Box and Whataburger are the same thing, which is fucking like he should be locked away in an asylum.
I didn't say the same thing. I said, well, I've only been to Whataburger once, and it reminded me of Jack in the Box.
Well, the problem that you'll find with the beauty of Whataburger, I live in a place where the Whataburger density is high enough that anywhere you are, there's always near you, there's the good Whataburger and the not as good one. Right? So you always have to know which of the two nearby Whataburgers is the good one, and then it's always good. And somehow it works. It always works like that. When you go to the good one, the line is always long. At the other one, it's always, if you don't have time, go to that one. It's not as good, though.
They must be two different franchises then, usually.
Oh, yeah, it's mostly franchise ownership, so there's variants from fucking restaurant to restaurant.
What about the flavor of New Mexico, the ultimate Scorpion Ranch chicken sandwich?
Did you sleep on that? Is that what you woke up on?
I killed it.
Did you wake up on a Scorpion Ranch chicken sandwich, Ben?
Yep.
Ranch.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Like, what's on it?
Below it, like this pile of stuff. That's a burrito.
It's a burrito covered in
curly fries
and pico de gallo and yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Nachos made out of curly fries,
smothered in twister fries, red and/or green chili, and topped with cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes.
And if you want both, it's Christmas.
Your choice of meat with beans. The Twister burrito. Drag this burrito across the entire floor of an airline jet and have it turn around and land. This is Diarrhea Supreme.
I do want to say,
chicken wrap.
Like the price of everything on here in Seattle, it would all be like $14 each, $15.
I was going to say that this food does seem cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to expect some kind of low quality.
No, the cost of living there is so low, it's like ridiculous. So
I believe it. The desert. I mean, come on. That's a harsh environment, man.
Yeah, I had lived there for 8 years, and like 3 years went by, and I was like, holy shit, I haven't left this city in 3 years. Like, it was just crazy because it's 6 miles away from every other like actual place. So
dynamite fries, green chili, queso. Garnish, ranch drizzle, guac, and a side of scorpion.
What is scorpion?
Is it actually scorpion, or is that like the name of a sauce they've got?
I assume it's a sauce.
Which part of the scorpion do you eat? Is it the tail?
I assume it's a sauce. We see I'm Googling.
They squeeze two real scorpions into the pot and stir it up to make the sauce.
Right? I don't know. Maybe scorpion is the sauce that's on the scorpion.
It's real scorpions. And you hallucinate from the poison in the scorpion tail.
Holy shit. Trying to find the scorpion. What the fuck a scorpion is. I'm Googling it right now.
I'll take a large order then, I guess.
Yeah, I'll have 7 scorpions on top of my fucking burrito that's already covered in fries and other gunk.
Scorpion sauce, huh?
Lizzo's going to go over there and put the scorpion.
She's gonna make her dancers eat it.
Yeah.
Are there psychedelic scorpions? Because there are for snakes and frogs and stuff.
I don't know.
Oh, there has to be, right? Anything
with venom have a hallucinogenic property.
Anything with venom has to have something in the family that.
Roger Wilco said Burgerville is better than that. Are you from Oregon or something? Because isn't that an Oregon thing? Burgerville.
Is there a Burgerville anywhere?
Look, all I know is that when all these other punk ass bitches like fucking In-N-Out or whatever that guy in the chat just said, or Carl's Jr., by like 3 in the morning, they're all fucking fast asleep Meanwhile, Whataburger's got fucking breakfast tacos on tap all night, man. It's good.
Fact.
Here we have Dick's.
So does Jack in the Box. Well, not breakfast tacos, regular.
Oh, those little. You got to be a bold man to go too far with them both. I've seen a commercial. They get a bucket of fucking tacos they will sell you now at Jack in the Box.
That shit's gross, dude. That's the worst meat. In those
little fried
mini tacos.
Man, I can't, man.
Yeah. It's like cat food in a fried corn tortilla.
I liked them when I was very young. I don't know which changed more, them or me. I'm sure it's at least a little of both.
A little bit.
Yeah. Not good. And I would say maybe every 18 months or so, for whatever reason, I'm like, I haven't had Jack in the Box in a fucking long time.
See,
wonder if that's gonna be good, and I'll get it. And every time I'm like, right.
The burger chain here is called Dick's. So people are like, oh, you like to eat dicks or whatever.
Yeah.
But honestly, I remember our friends came here.
I like it when they leave the skin on the fries. That's good.
Those are good. I remember like Hannibal, our friend, like he's from the South, like the Southeast. He opened it up. He's like, this just looks like a McDonald's burger. And then he took a bite of it. He was like, whoa, because it's like really soft is the best way I could describe it. It's like one of the like softest burger, like the bun and the meat and everything is like really tender.
Yeah, porn star Gianna Michaels is from Seattle, and she worked at Dick's before she became a porn star.
Right.
And porn star Mia Khalifa, I'm pretty sure, is from Houston and worked at Whataburger before she got into porn business.
It's true.
Well, I think they should get together and have a burger eating contest.
And then fuck.
These are all great. I'm most interested in the burgers. They both already did porn. You know?
A taste test. Winner gets to bury their face in either the loser's titties.
I would say, I would honestly say that Whataburger's better. But
Whataburger has a lot of perk advantages.
Whataburger's a way
beyond
bigger burger than Dick's.
Dick's is a bigger burger.
Dick's is a small burger.
Dick's won't even let you special order anything. Like they sell you cups of ketchup and tartar and mustard on the side because they're like, yeah, we don't do that. If you want it, put it on yourself.
And Whataburger, they have like a whole sticker system for like how specific the burger is that you're ordering. So they customize a lot.
It's in their commercials even. They're all about the like custom burgers and
Dick's is like a very, very much a look back into the 1950s.
Yep.
Their protocol hasn't changed since then.
Like early
very
McDonald's.
Similar. The milkshake machines look like they're from the 1950s. They come out whipped that way. It's almost like a feel that you're going back in time when you go to Dick's.
It is cheap too, like even for here.
It does have that look. It does have that look, yeah.
So like this is their menu. It hasn't changed.
Right.
So like there's two burgers. There's two like special burgers. There's the deluxe, which is like a double with like a mayo relish on it. And there's a special which is a single with the mayo relish. And then they have a regular cheeseburger plain. Or hold on, is the cheeseburger, does it have ketchup on it?
The plain
ketchup mustard.
Well, they have a regular cheeseburger and then they have a plain cheeseburger without all the stuff on it. And then they have a hamburger and they have a plain hamburger. And they added the plain hamburger and cheeseburger, I don't know, probably like a decade ago. It wasn't like that when I was a kid. It was deluxe, the special, the cheeseburger, the hamburger. They added the other ones because people would always want to get plain because their kids are little fucking weezers.
They didn't like the special sauce on it, basically.
Well, the hamburger and cheeseburger didn't have special sauce anyways. It was just ketchup and mustard.
Okay.
So here it's like a plain hamburger, plain cheeseburger. You can add your own stuff to it. But also people who don't like ketchup and mustard couldn't get a special order anywhere else. The deluxe comes with...
And you need that, man, because generally I don't want to eat any like gels or goos or slimes or pastes or anything, any of that kind of stuff. I usually don't want condiments.
I had to get used to the sauce, but it's actually grown on me. It's actually really good.
It's like a tartar sauce, basically, mayonnaise and chopped pickle.
What can I say? I'm a dry guy.
Yeah. I am a wet guy. And I sometimes walk around with pissy panties.
Yow.
Yow.
Filling Japanese vending machines left and right.
Well, thank you guys for giving us big time donos here in overtime.
Oh my God.
We're 3.5 hours into tonight's episode.
How long do you guys usually go?
We usually go 2.5. I think we went a little longer because we don't have a post show tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
3.5 hours. The donos have been pouring in all night. I want to thank you guys for making this 3.5 hour episode special. We've averaged $10 an hour tonight. Always love you guys showing support.
It's very impressive. It's nicely done.
It's below Seattle minimum wage.
So,
hey, thanks for having me on here today, guys. I really appreciate it. Very fucking cool.
One more time, Ghastly. Plug everything, and I want everybody to know we're gonna work out where I come on this podcast very soon. It's a brilliant idea. I've seen it in action. It's very fun. You can go find it on the Gulf City YouTube channel. You can go find what's been happening over there. It's a lot of fun. You tell them explicitly though, Ghastly.
I'll tell them all about it. But Dan, make sure to go to YouTube. We put stuff up there daily, shorts, clips, all the stuff from all the different live shows that we do and segments that we create there. If you want to see it live, go to twitch.tv/Gulf City. We've got a variety of shows that we do over the course of the week, most of which are animated. However, what I would like to tell you about is my newest show, Artificial Dinner Theater, that we were talking about earlier tonight, where we write and act out a movie in real time using AI, and we have it starring a special guest every week, except maybe this week because Billy backed out on me last second, man. This son of a bitchin' motherfucker right here. But guys, check it out Wednesdays on twitch.tv/Gulf City, or watch the fucking replay of the podcast on the YouTube channel. It's good. I like it. And this son of a bitch right here is going to be on it eventually. So find it now. That way, since he last minute canceled, when he last minute says, "Oh, can I be on this show? That was a great idea." Yes, you can, but I won't have time to promote it to you. So you need to go follow and subscribe to these channels now, I think is what I'm telling you guys.
Yes.
There it is.
I'll promote it to you when I know when we're doing it.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, and actually, immediately following this episode, I'm gonna keep things rolling. I'm gonna go over to Twitch. I'm gonna do a Twitch stream tonight. Following this episode, just to keep things rolling. There's also like September, whatever it's called, going on right now, where subscriptions are like way cheaper than usual. So I'm hoping you guys will come over there and join me. We'll hang out and watch some more videos I had waiting tonight. And then we'll be back tomorrow with Matt Jarbo to talk about the ISOM shit. So
shit out magic.
That should be amazing, as always. So good night, everybody. We will see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Night.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants.